The Eagle 102 Game of the Week is on the air. On your only on-air sports leader at 102.1 KJFM, Eagle 102. Now, the Eagle 102 Area High School Football Game of the Week.
And we're at Montgomery County High School, or actually we're not at Montgomery County High School. We're at Clopton High School for the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks as they take on Montgomery County. I was just talking to Adam Falloon, so it got stuck in my brain.
Yeah, we had Montgomery County last night in softball, so there's no telling what we're going to call them for a while.
Yeah, but it's week 6 of high school football already. We've got a lot to unpack here with 5 weeks of material to talk about. It's kind of the midway point of the season, Jim Ross, and we're kind of figuring out where our area teams are at.
We are, and the district, those numbers are out now too, so we'll be able to tell you where these two teams stand right now in the districts, which have a little different feel to them this year with some of the St. Louis schools not playing, so we'll talk about that as well.
That's all coming up on the pregame show as we get ready for Clopton-Elsberry in Montgomery County here on Eagle 102.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Show off your school pride today with the Bulldog debit card from Bank of Louisiana. Every time you use your Bulldog debit card, Bank of Louisiana will make a donation to the Louisiana School District. Stop by the bank today and get your new Bulldog debit card so you can start supporting the teachers and students with every swipe. The Bulldog debit card from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire, Marketing Coordinator and Public Information Officer for Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice here in Missouri. We are doing our best to keep our community informed as much as possible regarding how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting our county. Visit our dedicated COVID-19 page on our website at pikecountyhealth.org for resources, latest news, updated case counts, and a contact form for questions and concerns specifically related to the virus. Visit our website to subscribe to our PCHD e-news and be the first to know about any updates and resources we have to offer in our communications. Stay safe out there, Pike County. Your health is our priority, and together we will get through this concerning time.
Bowling Green Insurance is here to serve all your insurance needs. Bowling Green Insurance offers companies to cover your farm, home, auto, and crop needs. Call Fred or Jackie today to get a customized quote that will fit you and your budget. Bowling Green Insurance is an independent insurance agency. That means they can offer several companies to fit you. Give Bowling Green Insurance a call today to get a quote. 573-324-5762 or 573-324-CROP.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show. Sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And welcome back to Clopton High School. Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks 2-2 on the season, taking on the 3-2 Montgomery County Wildcats. And after that back and forth game against Bowling Green that dropped Montgomery to 1-2 on the season, they've reeled off a pair of victories against some pretty quality teams, including South Callaway 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, South Callaway, a team at the top half of the conference, actually in the top 3, I would guess, right now. And they actually won that game fairly handily.
41-20.
Yeah, 41-20. And you wouldn't have guessed that when you saw them again in the second half anyway against Bowling Green. They played pretty well in the first half. In the second half, Bowling Green took it to them. And I guess maybe that was their wake-up call. I think they were having some issues with who they were going to start at quarterback and how that was all going to work out. Now I think they've got that figured out. They'll start the senior tonight and bring in the sophomore as they go along. So once you kind of get your roles figured out, then things start to come together. Then you throw in a couple wins. Boy, now we were talking before we came on the air. Their warm-ups got a lot more energy to them than they had when they played Bowling Green for sure.
Well, when you got Coach Scott Krager in the middle of things, you tend to be a little more high energy.
He's out there running routes for him. I think you said it right. He's never going to be any older than 18 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, and he might hit 50 and then go, what am I doing? But,
yeah. Why do I have this hamstring? Why does my back hurt? You know?
Exactly. But in contrast, last week South Callaway beat Clopton-Elsberry 54-20, and in fact, all of the points for the IndianHawks were scored in the second half. And the reports are that they just didn't quite show up on time as a team for that ball game and got behind early.
Yeah, I think they changed their offense a little bit in the second half. Don't know if South Callaway subbed in any guys or not because we weren't there, but yeah, they got handed to them pretty handily. The other common opponent they've got so far this year is Wright City, and of course here at Clopton, they had Wright City beat, had 21-20 with 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter, and gave up 21 points in the final 7 and a quarter, and got beat fairly handily, while Montgomery County handled Wright City 37-0. I think a little caveat to that is, I think you all were talking earlier that maybe the Wright City quarterback that played against Clopton-Elsberry was hurt and did not play against Montgomery County.
Yeah, a couple caveats to that. Yeah, he was hurt against Bowling Green 2 weeks ago. Tried to play last week, only attempted 2 first-half passes in the loss to Montgomery, and then they went ahead and put him on the bench for the second half of that ball game. But the Clopton-Elsberry loss to Wright City was when it was still about 90-something degrees at game time, and when you're running a roster of about 20 guys, that 90 degrees don't really mix.
The hottest I've ever been in a press box, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
so I can only imagine. Well, if you recall, we had a play where Zach Evans caught a pass and was running down the sidelines and just gassed out. You know, tripped over the 35-yard line is what we teased him about, but I think he was just out of gas, and because he would have gone in for the touchdown if he hadn't lost his footing. So on paper anyway, the teams seem to be going in different directions, but you're playing here at Clopton High School. It's going to be a cool night, first really cool night to play this year so far, so we'll have to see how the two teams react to that as well.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Joe Kleekamp a little while ago. I said, hey, you guys are kind of rolling. He's like, I was in the vicinity of his players when I said that. He goes, they've got some players. We'll see if we're rolling by the end of the night.
Well, matchup-wise, size-wise, Clopton's pretty good size up front, and they've got good skill guys. Their biggest challenge, and we said it from the outset, is you only got 20 players, and I see one guy's in street clothes, so maybe they only have 19 dressed tonight. So, the cool weather will help that, keep them from getting gassed so much. But Montgomery County likes to go up and down the field, and the fourth quarter may be what tells the story here tonight.
And they can change out personnel depending on situation and what's going on in the game. So before we go to break, one of their quarterbacks is Adam Czerniewski. His brother, Eric, just got inducted into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we talked about Eric, one of the broadcasts. He led Montgomery County to the state finals in high school and then went on to Central Missouri and was an All-American in Division II at Central Missouri. In fact, I think he was Player of the Year, the quote-unquote Division II Heisman winner when he was at Central Missouri. And he the induction doesn't take place till later on, but the selection process is complete, and he is going to be inducted into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. So that's quite an honor for Eric and his family, and I just had a buddy get inducted into that Hall of Fame last spring, and it'll be quite an event, an enjoyable event for him and his family. So congratulations.
Some big names in there, and congratulations to Matt Chance from Bowling Green being named the Missouri Track and Field Coach of the Year.
All kinds of honors going around. Matt's,
he's the one of a kind.
He is, and he's had good track teams, good cross-country teams at Bowling Green for quite some time, and so kudos to him as well on a job well done.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. Keys to the game and starting lineup still to come on the Countdown to Kickoff on Eagle 102.
Daily life is a bit different right now than what we're used to. Some are feeling the effects more than others, but let's remember that this too shall pass and try to find ways to keep positive, help others in need, continue to support our businesses as best we can. But also take this time of distancing and shutdowns to self-reflect and improve. Spend quality time with family, exercise, pray, tackle a home improvement project, even if it's just a power cleaning inside and out. But do something that helps you feel empowered and moving forward. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, praying for good to come out of trials.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
And our keys to the game for this Week 6 matchup between the 2-2 IndianHawks and the 3-2 Montgomery County Wildcats. I think first and foremost, just judging on the opinions around the team after last week's action, Clopton-Elsberry has to be ready when that opening kick goes in the air.
Without a question, and if you recall, Montgomery County's got quite the kicker. He kicked one so deep against Bowling Green, he out-kicked the coverage, and they ran it back for a touchdown on the first kick by Montgomery County. So yeah, they're going to have to be ready to go. You may expect an up-and-down game. Clopton averages 29.8 points per game, while Montgomery County averages 32.4 defensively. Clopton giving up 33.8, and Montgomery County giving up 22 a game. So on paper, it would look like Montgomery County would have the edge, at least statistically, but, that's why they play the game.
Exactly. And speaking of the kick game, Clopton-Elsberry changed something up last week, and they're going to Gabriel Hill to do the kicking duties. And they said he was hitting 45-yarders in practice. Practice is a lot different than a game.
Yeah, I saw him warming up, and his drop off from the kicker or from the holder was about 5 yards. I don't think in the real life game you can do that.
Yeah, yeah, you'll get blocked doing things like that. But at least they're making an attempt because the special teams have been a weakness for the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks so far this season.
Well, and it's not just here; it's a common thread. I think you actually made the comment when they said Gabby was kicking. Well, it's not just Clopton that's having special. How many teams do we see that just pooch it or onside kick it or, scared of the run back? It's pretty common this day and age.
So those are our keys to the game, brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder. And we'll have starting lineups and more still to come on Countdown to Kickoff on Eagle 102.
This is Kyle Schurter, Assistant Vice President at Community State Bank of Missouri. We offer a variety of loans to meet your needs. Whether you're looking for a conventional loan or a HELOC or an FHA, VA, or USDA loan, give us a call. We have some of the best rates around. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, special message
for all your automotive needs is still Mid-America Auto and Towing. They perform state inspections, run diagnostics, and specialize in brake repair. They do everything from preventative maintenance to engine repair and more. Mid-America will also guarantee the lowest prices on tires. Stop in, browse their pre-owned vehicles, and make sure to ask about their senior citizen and military discounts. Financing is available. To get a sneak peek of their inventory, visit MidAmericaAutoandTowing.com. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And we'll start with the defensive starters for the Montgomery County Wildcats. They're coached by Joe Kleekamp, and they're 3-2 on the season. On the defensive side of the ball at cornerback, they'll start number 2, a senior, Jackson Brower. Safeties, senior number 7, Ben Sissom, and a senior number 11, Drake Duzer. Another cornerback, junior number 23, Keenan James gets a start in this one. The linebackers, number 32, a senior, Kyle Yelton. Also at linebacker, junior number 27, Trenton Clardy. And also at linebacker, junior number 17, Hunter Lukes. The defensive ends are a senior, number 5, Aiden Hall, and number 16, a sophomore, Matthew Clark. Defensive tackles are a sophomore, number 66, Levi Larkin, and a junior, number 56, Blake LeBrier. I think I got everybody for the Montgomery County Wildcats. Now the starting offense for Clopton-Elsberry, they're 2-2 and coached by Butch Wilansky. The receivers, senior number 5, Zach Evans, number 99, senior Gabriel Hill. Also at wide receiver, junior number 80, Dylan Kaplan. The running backs, fullback, junior number 45, Colby Twellman, and number 12 at running back, a senior, number 20 at running back, Dorian Zumwalt. The quarterback is a junior, number 15, Lucas Martin. Lineman for Clopton-Elsberry, sophomore, number 75, Jorgen Kruger. Senior, number 71, Jacob Wilansky. Senior, number 70, Brady Hubbard. Senior, number 65, Riley Walker. Can't believe Riley Walker's already a senior. And also senior, number 50, Jacob Martin. So there's your starters for offensively for the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks.
And we know how that makes you if Riley Walker's a senior already, right?
That makes me older, right?
That's right.
Yeah, 42 this week. The officials for tonight's game, the referee is Willie Mobley. The umpire is Larry Eggmeyer. The line judge is Greg Robinson. I can't even tell where they got him. Eric Hollins also on the crew, and the back judge is Will Holloway. So Mobley, Eggmeyer, Robinson, Hollins, and Holloway, your officials for tonight's game.
I think they'll let them play.
I hope so.
Yeah.
A nice, cool night. Let's get this game rolling.
Absolutely.
And see what defense can hold up a little bit longer.
Last year, Montgomery County won this game 42-24 in another high-scoring affair. Other games around the area tonight we'll try and keep track of for you. Bowling Green is at North Callaway. That game has conference championship implications.
We've got Marianne over there to give us updates on that one.
Louisiana travels to MMA, the fanless MMA. They don't allow fans anywhere near the field, so we'll hope that Coach or Athletic Director Ryan Griffin will send us some updates on that. Mark Twain is at home against Wright City, and Van Farr goes on the road as they'll be in Mocaine and take on South Callaway, a tough challenge for the Indians.
Yeah, game of the night outside of our game, probably Bowling Green at North Callaway. I think Mark Twain against Wright City in their current form could be interesting. If Mark Twain is trending the way I think they should at this point in the season, that could be an interesting game. And Van Farr is going to have their hands full at the Bulldogs of South Callaway.
Well, Louisiana at MMA, you can't sleep on MMA. They beat Mark Twain this year already. So with no fans, that's a different environment for Louisiana. I mean, MMA will be used to it because every home game they've played this year has been that way. So see if the Bulldogs and Greg Pitzer can get their second win on the season.
And congratulations to Greg on picking up his first win a week ago here on Eagle 102.
Fun time. One of the neatest things we've ever seen, or I've ever seen, at the pregame with Angel Uloa and the air evac team that's helped save his life, flying in the game ball. That was just pretty cool stuff. And then they topped it off with a win.
Yeah, how great was it to see Angel out and about and at that ball game with his teammates. Other games around the area: Palmyra at Clark County, Monroe City hosting Brookfield tonight. That could be interesting. And next week, our game of the week: Bowling Green at home against those Louisiana Bulldogs.
Another game will have some local interest. Kirksville and Hannibal square off. Hannibal ranked in the this week's poll. We'll talk about that as the night goes on. And Coach Kevin Credemeyer, of course, left Bowling Green, is now at Kirksville, and they've got off to a fairly decent start. So that'll be a game of interest for folks around the area. The districts they're kind of starting to take shape as well, as the numbers were posted this week. Clopton is in the district of death.
Yeah.
Palmyra's the top-ranked team there, and, of course, they're a top-ranked team in Class 2 as well. Bowling Green's sitting at the 2 slot right now. Clark County right behind them. Highland also with a winning record. Monroe City, believe it or not, at 3-2, ranked 9th in Class 2, is the 6th or 5th seed in that district as we sit right now. And then Clopton is the other team in that district. They're at the tail end of the pack right now. Montgomery City, they're in a little weaker district. Hallsville's had COVID issues. They've been playing
sporadically.
In fact, I think they just got a game yesterday for tonight. So they're in an interesting situation. But their tops in their district, Montgomery County, is number 2. North Callaway's 3. And, of course, North Callaway and Montgomery County will have to play yet this year. Herman, MMA, and Van Far rounds out that district. So, as you said, we're at the halfway point, so there's a lot of things that are going to change between now and then because there's some big games yet to come in this season.
Oh, yes, there is. And we'll talk about some of those and more as we continue our countdown to kickoff on Eagle 102.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603. NMLS number 407724.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Hi, this is Rebecca Thornton, Director of Radiology with Pike County Memorial Hospital. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Except for skin cancer, breast cancer is the most common cancer in American women. Breast cancer screening means checking a woman's breast for cancer before she has any symptoms. A mammogram is an X-ray picture of the breast. Mammograms are the best way to find breast cancer early when it is easier to treat and before it is big enough to feel or cause symptoms. Women starting at age 40 should have a screening mammogram every year. Call Pike County Memorial Hospital's Radiology Department to schedule your screening mammogram today. Pike County Memorial Hospital, quality care from quality people you know and trust.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pike County Mutual Insurance, Browns Processing, and Bank of Louisiana.
Got about probably 10 minutes till we kick off this ball game between the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks 2-2 and the Montgomery County Wildcats 3-2 on the season. Just looking at the quarterback comparison, like we said, it's between Doozer and Zernewski, the senior and the sophomore, on taking snaps for Montgomery, but combined, because they both take about 50%, the numbers are similar on pass attempts between those two and Lucas Martin for the IndianHawks. The results are a little bit different. The two quarterbacks for Montgomery combined an 84.4 QB rating. Martin 120.4. He's completed 54 of 89 pass attempts for 1,001 yards this season passing. the two quarterbacks for Montgomery, 53 of 101 for 695 yards. So I think a lot of that is the big receivers for the Indian Hawks and their ability to get yards after the catch.
That, and they've got some size. They're able to go up and get some passes that maybe the other receivers around the area aren't capable of doing. And I would expect to see the ball thrown around the old yard quite a bit tonight.
A lot of different guys have taken run attempts for both of these teams. Rushing numbers for Wildcats through 5 games, 157 carries for 1,258 yards. They're averaging 8 yards per run and 251.5 per game. Clopton-Elsberry, 102 carries for 410 yards. So they're definitely fueled by the pass and use the run game when they need to. But they've got some big backs that can pick up those 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 type first downs.
Well, and actually in that Wright City game, they ran the ball very well early in that football game and kind of got away from it. But they've gone mostly to the pass as of late.
Yeah, and it's hard to resist with some of the targets that Martin has out there on the edges for the Indian Hawks. A lot of use a lot of motion, that screen pass, the jet sweep, when they need those kind of run situation yards. At least the last couple of times we've seen the Indian Hawks.
Yeah, they'll use Evans and Hill on the jet sweep type stuff. Not the most fleet of foot guys on the field, but if they can get to the corner, they can certainly run over people if they want to try and get in their way.
The captains and coaches out at the 50-yard line getting ready for the coin toss for this game. Evans out there for the Indian Hawks. Didn't see who was leading the way for Montgomery.
I think it was
it's 11. It's
right. Quarterback.
Drake Doozer.
Right. So Doozer, interestingly enough, in the last time that I saw him anyway against Bowling Green, Zernuski started the game and Doozer came in later, and now they've flipped that script a little bit, and Doozer actually probably with the stronger arm, of course, more experience as a senior, and we'll see what he has to offer tonight against the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks.
Check out Montgomery. You think they're feeling good about themselves right now? Look across the field, the way they're huddled together for this coin toss.
They're fired up. There's no question about it. We'll see if that energy converts to good play or not. That's the key. You talked about it earlier. Can you bring what you've got in the pregame to the field when the lights go on?
And you gotta ride that edge. Too much angst, emotion, whatever you want to call it, jump. You could be racking up 15-yard penalties in the first quarter of the ball game and put yourself behind.
Well, and actually, you weren't there last week, but Louisiana had a little bit of that go on. They were fired up, had the lead, and had 2 major roughing the passer penalties that actually ended up putting that game in jeopardy late in or midway through the fourth quarter.
Well, still talking about it now. The coin goes in the air, and the official will show it to both of the captains. And we'll see who kicks off this game, who takes the ball to start this Week 6 matchup between the 2-2 Indian Hawks and the 3-2 Wildcats. Whoever won it deferred.
Montgomery County won the toss. They'll defer.
So they'll kick off to Clopton-Elsberry as the rest of the Wildcats start to sway across the field. So it'll be Indian Hawks receiving the opening kick when we start Week 6 action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Pike County Mutual offers home auto discounts simply by placing your auto insurance through one of several auto companies that Pike County Farmers Mutual represent, and you're home with Pike County Mutual. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, Buddy Bibb, or Kathy Gamm at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Come home, insure with Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green. You'll be glad you did.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing MERC-PK Mobile banking with remote deposit capture. Any customer with online banking can now access your Mercantile bank accounts from any device, including your smartphone. phone, and tablet everywhere you go. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, where they've been serving the Louisiana area for more than 100 years, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Insurance.
And the opening kickoff, what do we have? Whistles all over the place. It was caught by Dylan Kaplan, but before he caught it, I think they're going to say they went early.
They're going to kill the play. Not sure why.
So an interesting start to this ball game.
Had they not give the ready for play whistle yet? That's kind of what it looks like. Well, we'll do it again. Yeah.
It was a good kick.
It was a good kick all the way in the air to the 5-yard line is where.
Having Abercrombie doing the kicking for the Wildcats back deep are Zumwalt and Kaplan. That's a big guy kicking for the Wildcats, Abercrombie. So we'll try it again. And he kicks it deep again.
A little bit, but no harm, no foul.
Literally no fouls on the play.
Yeah, we just had a do-over.
Exactly. Good kickoff by Abercrombie. And Martin brings the team onto the field. Two big receivers on the near side for the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks to start this game. And he's throwing on first down to Evans on the near side. And he's met and dropped after a short pickup. Gain of about 3, maybe 4.
Looks like they'll give him 3. 4-3 defense, it looks like, by Montgomery County on the first play from scrimmage. Good coverage. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It was just good coverage. Everybody keeps an eye on number 5 these days.
Mm-hmm. That's why you got number 99 out there and some pretty good pass catchers coming out of the backfield. They'll run on second down. And met and dropped at the 30-yard line. Short gain. It'll set up 3rd and 5.
Zumwalt to get 2. Not a lot of running room there, so the first 3rd down will be a 3rd and 5 for Mr. Martin and the IndianHawks.
Passing down here with 10:51 to play in the first quarter. Week 6 matchup in the EMO Conference.
They like to run the slant in this type situation when they need yardage.
Did they get them to jump? They did.
They did.
It's going to be a first down or very close to it for the IndianHawks.
Should be right on the money. We'll see how the mark goes.
And a nice job there. Aiden Hall went to the guy that jumped. I think it was 66, Levi Larkin, and said, hey, don't worry about it. We all did it. Let's just play this down.
You talked about being hyped up, and sometimes that's what happens when you're a little too hyped.
So 1st and 10 for the IndianHawks after the penalty. And we'll see what they do here now from the 40-yard line. They go to the air on first down and can't hook up with Gabriel Hill standing in the flat.
A little bit behind him that time. He ran a little button hook right out of the slot position. He had Kaplan out to the wide right, but he was unable to corral. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Clock stopped on the incompletion. 10:15 to play here in quarter number 1. No score. Opening drive of the ball game. IndianHawks facing 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Martin hands it off to Zumwalt. Good spin move, and he'll come across the 40-yard line.
Little draw play that time by Zumwalt. Looks like he's going to pick up 6. Too big a crowd here tonight. with the cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
Might be Sake.
Loss of 7, I guess, yeah.
So it's going to be 4th and 11 for Clopton-Elsberry. What do you say, Sake or Sack?
S-A-A-K. I'm going to go with Sake.
He's a football player, so I was thinking Sack, you know. On 4th down, they'll punt. It's a pretty good one. Hits at the 40, bounces to the 30, picked up there, and trying to get away on a stiff arm, almost horse collar, and then brought down. Good job releasing that hand there when he was getting it up high, and there to pick up the slack was number 50 for the IndianHawks, Jacob Martin.
Not going to give him his forward progress. They're actually going to give him a loss of 3 on the run back.
I think that's because he spun away from the one tackle and ran backwards before Martin got to him.
And I've never really been able to figure that out in all these years. Quarterbacks do it, and it's that's forward progress. But
yeah.
The kick returner does it. No, never mind.
So a negative return on the play, -2, maybe 3. And we'll see the Montgomery offense for the first time, led by Drake Doozer. Clopton-Elsberry almost jumped. It's a high snap, and gobbling it up quickly are the IndianHawks. It's going to be a loss on the play of about 2.
Not much running room there for Hutchison, I believe. In fact, he's going to lose a couple. IndianHawks been pretty good against the run. They're 4-3 defense.
2nd and 12. 8:20 to play in the opening quarter. Trying to run again, bouncing off his own lineman and brought down across the original line of scrimmage out to the 30, maybe the 29. Gain of about 5 on the play. It's going to set up 3rd and 7.
Good hard running that time by Hutchison.
Inside 8 minutes to go. No score here first quarter. First offensive series for the Wildcats.
See if the IndianHawks can hold on this first 3rd and long.
Another very high snap. The quarterback going to have to run, and the broken play ends up with a first down, and he's still on his feet to the near sideline and drug out of bounds. Out near midfield.
One thing we saw about Doozer, he's shifty when it comes to running the football, although that was a broken play.
Caused by the high snap. A couple of high snaps in this one, but that gets them out to their own 49-yard line.
Picked up 17 yards on that broken play run.
We'll see if they take a shot here early on the IndianHawks. Another high snap goes over the head this time, and he'll have to fall on it.
Big loss on the play. Big loss.
All the way across the 35 to the 34-yard line, so that's
15-yard loss.
Clock continues to run down to 7:20 to play here in the opening quarter.
So they'll have a chat with the long snapper, huh?
Maybe not be such a long snapper. Another high snap. Pulls it in this time, readjusts a couple times, and he is sacked from behind. Coming in from behind. Evans was in on it. Looked like the man on top of him was number 38, Avery Hall.
Loss of 2 on the sack.
3rd and forever.
Yeah. The term behind the chains, this, if that's in the dictionary, this should be a picture of it. Yeah, they've got to go to almost Montgomery County to get a first down.
3rd and very long. They go to the far side. Breaks a tackle, and he's going to be stopped short of the original line of scrimmage by about 8 yards. That was number 4, Drake Smith, on the reception. Good gain on the play, but it's still going to be 4th and about 17.
About 12 yards on the reception. First completed pass by Doozer.
There is a flag out there.
Flag on the play.
And it looks like a hold.
So that's going to wipe out everything we just said. Maybe they'll make them take it. They're kind of in 4-down territory at the
Yeah, with the first down being at the 41. So they will enforce the penalty and replay third down.
We've seen some riverboat gamblers on this fourth down. None other.
Oh, it was offensive pass interference, not a hold.
None other more prevalent than Butch Walensky.
That'll take it all the way down inside the 20 to the 19 of the Wildcats.
Big penalty. So that'll wipe out that completion and reception. And now Montgomery County's in just manage it mode. Don't do anything crazy.
Third and, 30-something?
Woo.
More than that.
41.
Gonna throw, of course, here. And he gets away from one man. Still looking to throw. Now looking for blockers, and he's run out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. So, again, a good pickup, but nowhere close to the first down.
From about the 19 out to the 36. So, 17-yard gain by Doozer, but well short of the first down.
Goes out of bounds to stop the clock with 5:45 to play here in the first quarter. No score.
They look like they'll go for it, but he'll punt it.
They send Kaplan back quickly. And the ball's kicked away from him and out of bounds. Just outside the Indian Hawk 30-yard line, where they're going to mark it the 35, it appears. That's where the Clopton-Elsberry squad will take back over.
So 2 offensive series. Nothing on the scoreboard to show for it so far. Free the club.
And a similar starting position, maybe about 10 yards closer to the end zone to start possession number 2 for Clopton-Elsberry. 5:40 to play here in the first quarter of this matchup.
Yeah, very similar drives by each team with the exception of the big penalty against Montgomery County and a sack.
1st and 10 Indian Hawks, receiver to each side. And whistles blow prior to the snap. I'm not sure what the line judge is.
He's switching out the footballs, I believe.
They still have the kicking ball in there?
Well, I don't think in high school there's such thing as a kicking ball, but each team uses their own footballs.
Protocol.
You get to use your own football.
All inflated properly.
Well, sure.
5:40 to play here in the first quarter. Indian Hawk 1.
So far, both teams able to get pressure on the respective quarterbacks, not giving them a lot of time to throw. Leading rusher for both teams is the quarterback on scrambles.
So far, here in this first half of the first quarter of this ball game. Kaplan and Hill to the far side. Evans split to the near side. And they'll try and sneak it, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down.
Montgomery County threatening blitz on just about every play. They're sending those linebackers up through the gaps. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. Well, I think that's going to be a first down.
That's a pretty favorable spot there for the Indian Hawks, and they will move the chains. So gain of 1 for Martin and a fresh set at the 45-yard line.
Next to impossible to figure out with the massive bodies
exactly where the
what
ball.
The forward progress was on that play.
Switching it up. Looks like Montgomery County's almost lined up offsides. Bad snap. It's pitched to Twellman on the far side, and he's drugged backward. They'll give him forward progress, a gain of about 2.
Twellman not a frequent receiver in this offense, but he picks up 2.
I saw him running a lot of routes in warm-ups today, so maybe that's a wrinkle they're trying to add.
Yeah, it could be. He's a big kid. If you can get him the ball, he might be able to run over some people, but Doozer had him corralled that time.
He's not afraid to run. We've seen him play basketball for the Elsberry Indians. He can get up and down the floor. Running. Here's Dorian Zumwalt, and he gets away from one man, runs into a couple more, and is brought down at midfield. It's going to be third and about 5.
Give him 3. He's doing a lot of east-west running there, and as most everyone knows, with speed on the defensive side of the ball, that doesn't usually work out too good for you.
These Wildcats are amped up here in the early going.
So this is about the third and 4 or 5, third and 5 this time for the IndianHawks.
Lots of movement pre-snap for the Wildcats as they continue to put pressure on. Back to throw to the far side, and that is very close to the first down. I think he's going to be, they're going to give it.
Going to be shy by about a yard.
Yep. Set up at the 46-yard line, and this is definitely 4-down territory here on a 4th and 1.
Without question. Good pass, good catch that time. Early in the season, Martin was having trouble with his passes sailing high, but he's been pretty much on the mark here in the early going tonight.
4th and 1 from the 46-yard line of the Wildcats. And they got him to jump again. Fresh set. Jumping that time was number 27, Trenton Clardy, as he was trying to plug a gap in that line. And
coming out of his safety position on the blitz, tried to guess the snap count, guessed wrong.
Takes it down to the 41-yard line of the Wildcats with 2:19 to play.
So Montgomery County with early penalties hurting them on both sides of the football.
Got Kaplan and Twellman as wide receivers on the far side, Evans and Hill on the near side. It's not slowing them down any. They're continuing to put pressure on. This one is caught by Evans, and he'll take it down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Nice catch by Zach. Goes down nearly immediately. We're down to 1:54 in the first quarter, and Clopton-Elsberry's moving.
They're in business right now. His favorite target went up and got that one on that crossing pattern.
IndianHawks looking to grab a first quarter lead here. 1:40 to play in the frame. Martin in the deep shotgun. Dropping back further. Puts it in the air to the near side. And it is overthrown by about 20 yards because Evan was put onto the turf.
Yeah, and that's going to be illegal contact past 5 yards. I don't know exactly what they call it in high school, but you're right. He must have been right in the middle of his cut because he's about a head taller than the kid that knocked him down.
And it is
offsetting penalties. They had a holding penalty on the
so they'll replay the down.
Scrimmage, yeah, so they'll wipe that whole thing out. And it'll be 1st and 10 again from the 3 or 4 yard line.
See what they dial up this time. Same formation. 2 receivers to each side.
They're using pink flags, and they're kind of hard to see.
Yes. Inside draw now to Dorian Zumwalt. Reverses field, spins down, and is brought down after a nice gain. Looks like about 9 yards on first down inside the 15 to the 14.
Yeah, that time he turned it north and south instead of continuing to the sideline and picked up good yardage.
Inside a minute to go in the first quarter, no score between these two conference rivals. Of course, the assistant and quarterbacks coach, Scott Krager, was a 4-year starter at quarterback for these IndianHawks. The athletic director, Adam Falloon, was the head coach at Clopton-Elsberry. Puts it in the air, and it is caught for a touchdown.
Well, there's a flag on the play. I think it's probably going to be holding again.
Evans on the score, and we'll see what the flag is.
See if they call offensive or defensive. It looked like the corner had him a little bit. Evans pushed him to get him off of him. We'll see who they call it on.
Penalty declined.
The penalty was declined, so it was against the defense.
Holding against.
Touchdown, Indian Hawks.
So a 14-yard touchdown pass from Martin to Evans is their first score of the game.
And we'll see how the kicking of Gabriel does here on the point after attempt. Not often you see a 99 getting back behind the line. Pressure coming, and the kick, that is a good one. And it's through 7-0 with 33 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Clopton-Elsberry grabs the early lead on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, the Mercantile Bank, and Bowling Green Tractor.
Good drive to start things off. The second drive of the ball game for Clopton-Elsberry offensively, and they put it in the end zone with Evans.
Yeah, now let's see how this newfound kick game on this kickoff for Clopton works out. Looks like we've got a score. North Callaway scores at the 3:20 mark of the first. And they lead Bowling Green. The Bowling Green has scored first and leads 8-7 in that game late in the first quarter.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage this week brought to you in part by County Market in Vandalia, Penrod Real Estate, Bowling Green Ready Mix, and Kearns Construction, Shelter Insurance Agent Frank Wallace in Vandalia, and Prairie's Edge Garden Center. Follow the action right here on 102.1 FM, KJFMradio.com, the KJFM radio app, and on Alexa. We got you everywhere. Glad you're listening or watching on the website. They're going to try the onside, and it's right at the 50 falling on. Big contact there. Picking it up was number 54, Harrison Bishop for Montgomery County.
So the kickoff woes continue with 1:44 to play in the first. Louisiana leads MMA 6-0.
So good start for Louisiana after picking up their first win a week ago.
Clopton-Elsberry's got to get this kick game figured out. You can't continue to give teams possession on your 50 or their own 45-yard line, and that's what they've done pretty much all year.
Put a man in motion, extra little blocking.
It's easier to see.
Yeah. That's going to be all.
And gives them a first down.
20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They'll try and roll one more play, it looks like. Down to 10. No huddle. Quarterback will keep it this time. Doozer, and there's a flag on the play.
That was a yellow flag. It was easier to see.
Yeah. That's going to be a hold with 12 seconds to go. Actually, the time ran out.
It's going to be a chop block against Montgomery County, I believe.
Yep. That's what you got.
So they'll mark off the penalty. The fourth.
Yep. That's what you got.
So they'll mark off the penalty. The fourth penalty of the game on Montgomery County.
And that's the end of the first quarter here from Clopton High School. The Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks lead 7-0 over the Montgomery County Wildcats here in Week 6 on KJFM.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, definitely not your typical 8 to 5, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Call Mike's Tire and Service Center and they'll be happy to work with you to get you back to operation as usual. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green. Mike's Tire and Service Center proudly supports all area farmers.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Pretty good first quarter for the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks. Fast moving. They controlled the clock and grabbed themselves a 7-0 lead.
As they finally mark off the 10-yard penalty. Yeah, evenly matched. Nice drive by the IndianHawks to score. Martin to Evans, something we've said a lot this year. And now let's see if the defense can hold up as the Wildcats will start on the IndianHawk 48, but it'll be 1st and 20.
Penalties have been an issue for the Wildcats so far. Getting away from one hit, puts the ball in the air. He's caught and then caught by a hit on the far side. That's number 10 on the reception, Travis Hill, and he's lucky to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, big gain. Nice gain of about, looks like 12 on the throw and catch. But, yeah, he took a big hit at the end of that.
From Lucas Martin. Clock running down to 11.5 to go here in the first half of this ball game. High snap. He's going to have to keep it himself. In pursuit are the IndianHawks, but he's going to end up with nice yardage. Jump a man and get into the secondary. Finally brought out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, all the way down to about, the 6. These broken plays are really killing the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks defensively.
See where they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it at the 5. So 32 yards on that run by Doozer. He's a shifty runner. We saw him do that quite a bit in the Bowling Green game,
which was a back and forth game for much of that contest. A shootout. On 1st and goal, they're brought down shy of the end zone. Gain of about 2 on the play. A big hit in the middle of the field. No, flag comes out late, very late against Montgomery. I think somebody said or did a little extracurricular activity in there as the teams were releasing.
They'll give him a gain of 3, and then the 5th penalty of the game is going to be of the unsportsmanlike variety, I believe.
I didn't see what happened. I'm guessing it had to be a shove.
Shove, or maybe somebody speaking a little French. You just never know.
There is a youngster that has gotten loose at midfield.
And we're not talking about a football player.
Future football player.
This cat's about 1, just old enough to walk. Into the first quarter from North Callaway, Bowling Green leads at 15-7.
So the Bobcats score again at North Callaway. So it's now 2nd and goal from almost the 20-yard line. Throwing off is actually his back foot, and that is through the hands of the intended target on the far side.
The IndianHawks doing a great job putting pressure on the quarterback. They haven't allowed Montgomery County to get their passing game untracked here so far in this game.
You're not going to get – it's not going to be a very crisp pass if neither foot is on the ground when you throw the ball.
When you're running for your life, it makes it kind of challenging to hit your receiver.
Actually closer than I thought. It was just a little behind.
The receiver was actually kind of open in the far corner of the end zone, but it was overthrown by about 2 yards.
Clock stops on the incompletion, 10:55 to go in the half. 3rd and goal. Deep shotgun. As is running back near him, Hutchison put a man in motion now. Oh, trouble on the snap, and he gets away from one man, reverses field, and is finally brought down. The broken plays have worked out the best so far for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he did all that just to get back to the line of scrimmage, however. So no gain on the carry.
But the communication with the center has been a big issue so far here in the early going for the boys in blue.
Here's a score for you. And it's the only reason I tell you it's a COVID-related game. Centralia hunting for games wherever they can find them right now. They traveled to Cuba tonight. They lead that game 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. See if the Indian Hawks here on this 4th and goal can put some pressure on Doozer again.
I think they're in a prevent. They send one man, reversing, gets a block, puts it in the air. It's caught on the near side and taken out of bounds. It's a turnover on downs. Pass was caught by Thomas Kleekamp.
Yeah, they'll pick up about 5. A long pass for 5 yards, but well short of the goal line and what would have been first down. Well, it would have been a first down. It would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
Kleekamp's first catch of the game.
So the penalty kills.
Ooh, 5th penalty.
Would have been 2nd and goal from about the 2.5-yard line. Personal foul takes it well outside of that, and things just never materialize for the Wildcats.
50 yards and penalties already on Montgomery County.
I think that was one of our keys to the game.
Yes, it was. A little bit hyped up.
Over to the far side on first down. That's Evans. He's got a touchdown in this ball game, and he's gang tackled the entire team in on that one for Montgomery.
That was the old slant pattern, but Montgomery wise to it. If they've watched any tape, which I'm sure they have.
Still a gain of 4.
They would know that's their go-to play.
Bread and butter. Well, we've had meat and cheese play for Clopton-Elsberry in the past, so why not a little bread and butter? .909 to play here in the first half. 2nd and 6 for the Indian Hawks. They'll go to the air again. Nice pass, but not handled by Hill on the far side.
Just the 2nd incompletion of the game.
That ball was right in the right spot. He just dropped it. Maybe he heard some footsteps or was looking upfield.
So important here, important 3rd down as they're deep in their own territory, just outside the 15-yard line. Indian Hawks need to do something here. Don't want to turn it over, though. Take care of the football.
They move Hill to the near side. Here on 3rd and a long 6. Back to throw again to the near side. And incomplete off the hands of Dylan Kaplan. And he was definitely looking upfield on that one. Brings up 4th down, and they'll have to punt.
Yeah, that pass was on the money. Just went through the hands of Kaplan. Tried to catch it like you're supposed to with his hands, but couldn't reel it in, and they'll have their first punt of the game.
And the return man will be Doozer, and he'll set up right at the 50-yard line.
I guess actually the 2nd punt, isn't it? Not the first.
It is. He gets it off.
Good one that time.
Yeah.
High punt.
Caught at the 50 to the near side for Doozer. He's got the near sideline, cuts back, and a good open field tackle there. Is that Kaplan that got him?
Gets it down inside the 20, however. Looks like they'll mark it at about the 16.
So 3 plays, their offense was off the field, and they're pretty much right back where they were.
34-yard punt return by Doozer.
8:40 to play here in the first half. Fast-moving first half here from Clopton High School in Week 6.
Something that you just cursed us, because we don't say that very often.
Especially here.
Haven't seen Zernuski yet at quarterback,
nope.
Interestingly enough. As I say that, here he comes. He's into the game.
For this 1st and 10, after Doozer took the kick, they go to the near side with it, and not much there. Gain of 1, maybe 2. Wolanski in on the stop.
Hutchinson on the carry. They'll give him 2, it looks like.
Twelman also there. Gives you a different look, different feel to the offense, and you can get Doozer out there as a runner or a receiver. He can do things that can hurt you pretty much anywhere he lines up. Run to the far side. by Zernewski, and he's brought down near the goal line. He's going to be stopped short. Now they signal touchdown, and it's a 7-6 ball game, so Zernewski does put it in with 7:56 to play here in the opening half.
From about 14 yards out, huh? 14-yard run.
Extra point to come to try and tie this ball game. $7:56 to play. And on to kick will be number 51, Evan Abercrombie. He's lined up. Good hold, actually. Really good job by the holder to set that up.
Didn't he, though?
It was a bad snap, and he just got it. I don't even know if the ball was on the ground, but he had it straight up and down, and it's kicked through by Abercrombie. And it's a tie game here nearing the midway point of the second quarter. 7-7. Clopton-Elsberry, Montgomery County on Eagle 102.
This is Kyle Schurter, Assistant Vice President at Community State Bank of Missouri. We offer a variety of loans to meet your needs. Whether you're looking for a conventional loan or a HELOC or an FHA, VA, or USDA loan, give us a call. We have some of the best rates around. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Vicky Cadwallader, Real Estate and Perkins Electrical Service.
So Zernewski for 14 yards ties the ball game after the extra points added. Tonight's Game of the Week coverage brought to you in part by Pow Pow Cattle Farms and Fencing, Lynn's Heritage House, La Crosse Lumber Company in Vandalia, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and McCoy Blossom Funeral Home and Crematory. Follow the action here at 102.1 FM, KJFMradio.com, the KJFM Radio app, and on Alexa.
Well, kind of what we talked about. On paper, it looked like Montgomery maybe by the numbers had the advantage, but you're playing at home. The weather's cool. Clopton with some size up front, and we've got a good football game.
7:56 to play here in the second quarter. And Abercrombie to kick things off, and he'll put it deep. Near the goal line, Kaplan picks it up.
At about the 5.
Kind of slows up. You got to get that momentum behind you. As soon as you slow up, you're pretty much done with your run.
Yeah, the really good kick returners or punt returners, they got to be kamikaze guys, because you got to just run as hard as you can and hope the hole opens up, and if it doesn't, you're gonna get clocked.
Yeah.
That time Kaplan was doing a little tiptoeing from the 5 out to what, about the 17, maybe 18. 13 yards on the kick return.
1st and 10 for the Indian Hawks in a tie game. Martin.
Montgomery County playing straight up man outside.
To Zumwalt, and he hits the line going sideways and is dropped for a loss of about 2. It's going to be 2nd and 12.
Might be a chance to get it to Hill or Evans. They're going to play man like that. Had 8 guys in the box.
Got to get rid of it quick.
That's kind of been the thing. Both defensive lines have put pressure on the quarterback and not giving them time to just sit back there and survey things.
2nd and 12 for Clopton-Elsberry from about their own 15-yard line. Just shy of.
Quarterback's given a 10-yard cushion.
To Kaplan on the near side. Makes a move and gets out of bounds. After a nice gain, looks like about 7. Out past the 20.
Second catch of the game for Kaplan.
So it's going to be 3rd and short 7 for the Indian Hawks. Play comes in from the near sideline. To the quarterback, Martin. He'll bring it to the huddle, down to 30 on the play clock.
Just 6:42 to play in the first half.
Big 3rd down here for the Indian Hawks from deep in their own territory. Back to throw is Martin. Pumps it twice, goes to the far side this time. Overthrown and almost intercepted. It was tipped by one Montgomery player to another. Neither of them could come up with it, and it's going to be fourth down. The punt team will have to come on for Clopton-Elsberry.
Yeah, just overthrew Evans a little bit, and nearly the tip drill that we see come into play from time to time. Kaplan will have to punt it away again. His third punt of the night.
Going to put the Hill back there to try and punt this one.
Oh, are they? It's a knuckleball.
Gets one. It lands in the arms of Doozer at the 45, and he's spun down immediately by Zumwalt.
Had him. He tried to stiff arm Zumwalt, and Zumwalt got him by the jersey and gave him the double pirouette to the deck, and he'll lose a yard on the return.
Stopped at the 44-yard line of the Wildcats.
So Zernewski came in and led the Wildcats to a touchdown. Let's see what he can do on his second series, because it looks like he'll be back at quarterback.
Doozer lined up as a wide receiver.
You got to keep an eye on him, too.
They come to the near side on a handoff.
Lou on the carry.
Ty Lou, and he's brought down across midfield on a gain of about 8.
The jet sweep that you see a lot of. Tyrone Lou, wasn't he a NBA coach and played at Mexico High School? Are you familiar with that name?
That sounds very familiar.
Wonder if they're related.
That's a possibility.
Second and 8.
High snap, handoff. They've got first down yardage to snap, handoff. They've got first down yardage to Abercrombie, and he's still on his feet. Boy, he can hit contact and run about 5 more yards almost every time.
Yeah, actually Hutchinson, but yeah, a good gain on the carry.
That's what I meant.
Let's see, we're going to give him about 7 on that one, maybe 8. We'll give him 8. And he's up to 29 yards on the gain, and it's a first down.
5:11 to go here in the first half. Clopton-Elsberry needs a stop if they want to stay tied as this game draws closer to halftime, and plays like that will help, stopping them for a gain of about 2. It looks like they're going to give him 3, rolled forward at the end.
Man, he runs hard. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage and still with 3 guys on him. And he's not a very big guy. And drug him for 3 yards.
Good trunk, though. I mean, looks like he's pretty strong there in the thigh.
It's always fun to see these guys once basketball season rolls around to see what they really look like.
To the near side on a pass. They've got first down yardage, still on his feet, and this is going to be a touchdown.
That's Lou.
Ty Lou on the score. Don't see any flags out there.
37 yards.
And the first lead of the night for the Wildcats at 13 to 7. Point after yet to come.
Well, he got in the seam, broke a tackle, and then showed his speed and went in for the touchdown.
So back-to-back scores after Clopton-Elsberry initially had the 7-0 advantage. Abercrombie out there to kick the extra point. He's ready. Left early. And it goes through, I believe.
He has got a leg, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And I think they blew the whistles because he was halfway to the kicker. They'll make him re-kick. Well, at this point, you go for 2 now. They're just going to kick it through again.
Let's see.
They tried to get the block off the edge, and we're about 2.5 yards.
They're looking to the sideline. See Coach Kleekamp. They're going to decline it, maybe?
Well, yeah. They blew the play dead.
They declined it.
Well, now they're going to say it did go through and it's good. but they're still lining up. Referee's like, come on, guys.
Well, yeah, he declined it and then gave the good signal, but I think when you blow it dead, it's dead. You can still decline it and not take the yardage, just re-kick from the same spot. And we've got
the officials are in the middle of that huddle.
Little Geneva Convention going on. White Hat's going to come out and tell us now. No, they're going to kick it.
Yeah. You're right. It was blown dead, so there was no kick to call good.
Although I didn't see anybody stop.
Nope. And he chips it this time, and it's through to make it 14-0. So a big 37-yard score has put Montgomery County ahead here with 4:24 to go in the first half of this ball game. Clopton-Elsberry try and tie it up when we come back on Eagle 102.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, Young Enterprises Incorporated, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Not that the offense was really sputtering for Montgomery, but again, that change at quarterback from Deucer to Cernusky has given them a different look. They've scored two quick touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly right. And I don't know, they're not running any different plays to speak of. They're just executing maybe a little bit better. I think when you put Deucer at wide receiver, that makes an extra guy that the Indian Hawks have to keep an eye on because he's certainly a threat from that wide receiver position. And it has jump-started their offense.
14 unanswered so far, and they lead 14-7. Tonight's Eagle 102 High School Football Game of the Week brought to you by County Market in Vandalia, Penrod Real Estate, Bowling Green Ready Mix, and Kearns Construction, Shelter Insurance Agent Frank Wallace in Vandalia and Prairie's Edge Garden Center. And the kick goes deep. Picked up on the near side by Kaplan. He's trying to find the sideline and run out of bounds. Decent return out past the 25 to the 32.
Looks like they'll mark it right at the 30-yard line. 20-yard return, and he caught it at the 10.
I was going by the first down markers. Now they'll move those back. Yeah, it's 30 exactly.
9:46 to play in the half. Louisiana over MMA, 14-7. Haven't seen a Bowling Green score for a bit.
Well, Marianne's there, so if there's an update,
she must be at the concession stand.
We'll get that update.
Get one of those big old bags of popcorn. Boy, one of those tastes good right now, wouldn't they? Warm me up a little bit.
Need a hot chocolate or something up here. On first down, they run to the near side, and that second wave of Wildcats comes in and just swallows up Dorian Zumwalt.
Yeah, they run that 4-3 defense, and so you got three linebackers waiting to clean things up in the event the running back gets through.
They're all joined at the hip there and just ran over Zumwalt.
If you watch them, they're jumping up and down and chomping at the bit out of their linebacker's position.
3:45 to play as the clock runs after that 2-yard first down run, 2nd and 8. Twelman lined up as they go under center here. And they get them to jump again.
Well, everybody jumps. Who are they going to call it on?
I think it's going to be on the Indian Hawks this time. The flag comes in from the backside from the head official, and it's a false start.
First penalty of the game on the Indian Hawks.
That'll cost them the 2 yards they gained plus 3 more. It's 2nd and 13. 3:28 to play here in the first half, and they're going the wrong direction.
And the Indian Hawks have played a pretty clean first half. No need to mess that up now in the last 4 minutes of the half, right?
Exactly. You're adding layers.
I am. You got cold early last night. I'm going to take the honors tonight.
2nd and 13 for Clopton-Elsberry from their own 27-yard line, and now a timeout taken by the Indian Hawks. 2:59 to play. Here's second quarter, 14-7. Montgomery County leads Clopton-Elsberry on Eagle 102.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Missouri, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Cindy Blaylock at an even better price. That's right, State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. I'm State Farm agent Cindy Blaylock, and I'm ready to help you save. Call me today at 573-754-5575 or visit us in Louisiana, just a block up from the river. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Mike's Tire and Service Center, and All Parts.
Good crowd. They waited until the very last minute. I saw some tailgaters on the Montgomery County side before the game.
A few more lawn chairs have shown up at the kickoff. It's a good place to sit here at Clopton High School. Is the sideline on the press box side is a little elevated once you get outside the track, and you can sit in your comfy lawn chair and have your ice or your warm hot chocolate.
Yeah, there you go.
Thermos of coffee, whatever it is you brought to the game.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any of those heated chairs come out yet. Have you seen those?
I have not seen
They
those.
got a little battery-powered coil in the
lawn chair, huh?
Yeah, in the on the seat and on the seat back.
We might want to think about those for softball.
Yeah. We'll see. Gordon's listening.
yeah, we want KJFM logoed heated lawn chairs by the next game,
or at least bleacher chairs,
which
you know.
is Tuesday night. By the way,
fake the handoff, hit as he throws to the near side, and it's tipped and dropped short.
Really good defensive play that time by Keenan James, and Martin got blasted just as he threw that football, so he did a great job keeping it on line and just slightly underthrown and gave James an opportunity to deflect it.
I tell you what, though, Kaplan almost caught it on the tip.
That's the thing about Clopton-Elsberry. They've got tall receivers by high school standards, and with Kaplan, Evans, and Hill. Throw it up high and let them go get it.
Third down and 13 for the Indian Hawks. 2:51 to play here in the first half. See if they bring the pressure again here on third down. Look at the man coming off the edge. Picked up. He has to step up in the pocket, and he throws across the middle and incomplete. Intended target was Gabriel Hill. There on the coverage was Drake Doozer.
Yeah, got his elbow down a little bit, and that one sailed high. It's pretty easy to see when Martin throws the ball high what he's doing. It's just a little mechanical thing where he gets his elbow out a little bit, and that ball likes to sail. 22 seconds to play in the half from North Callaway. Bowling Green leads it 15-13.
So that one is a shootout as well. Staying close, back and forth ball game. On to kick is Hill. End over end, grabbed at the 40-yard line. Doozer gets away from one man, goes to the far sideline. He's across midfield and into Indian Hawk territory, all the way down across the 35 before he's run out of bounds.
See where they're going to mark him. Are they going to mark him right at the 35?
They've backed up a bit. Might be the 36-yard line of the Indian Hawks. Nope.
Yeah, now the 37, so 22 yards on the punt return.
2:32 to play, and this is a big defensive series for the Clopton-Elsberry Indian Hawks.
Isn't it, though? You can't give up a score here in the final 2.5 minutes of this half.
Because Montgomery County's plan since the opening kickoff has been to score on their final possession, then get the kickoff to start the third quarter to try and make it back-to-backs.
Exactly right. Doozer back in at quarterback, by the way.
Inside handoff and brought down across the line of scrimmage. It looks like it's going to be a gain of 3 on the play.
Hutchinson again on the carry. Yeah, a gain of 3. Yeah, I just don't quite. Zernuski leads him on 2 scoring drives and gets to watch. Interesting. At the half, Bowling Green 15, North Callaway 13.
They scored. North Callaway scored and missed the extra point there right at the end of the half. That's how Bowling Green has the 2-point lead. Quarterback going to keep it himself. Caught from behind and drugged down. Who was that? Was that Twellman got him?
Yeah.
So it's going to set up 3rd and about 2 for the Wildcats with 1.5 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Got the Eagle 102 halftime report coming up.
Gain of 6 that time by Doozer. Leads all rushers with 55 yards so far.
Game of the Week coverage this week brought to you by Pow Pow Cattle Farms and Fencing, Lynn's Heritage House, La Crosse Lumber Company in Vandalia, Hayden's Motorsports Center, McCoy Blossom Funeral Home and Crematory. 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. They put a man in motion. Inside handoff. And it's going to be very close now, not anymore. Hutchison was met about a yard behind the down marker and drug the IndianHawks 4 more.
First contact on that young man doesn't mean a thing, man. You got to wrap him up as he just keeps those legs churning and picked up the first down there. But the clock continues to run down under a minute. They got all their timeouts.
Yes, they do. High snap, slings it to the far side. That's Ty Lue over there. He already has a touchdown reception in this ball game. Gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 36.8 to go.
Like they'll give him about 6 on the carry or on the reception.
Everyone's sidearm slinging like Patrick Mahomes these days.
Isn't that the truth? You call that a trendsetter, don't they?
Got a Mahomes jersey and Aaron Rodgers jersey down below us.
Thought you were going to tell me you had them. You probably do.
I don't.
They're coming, though.
My NFL jerseys are lacking.
Got to add it to
Here's
your
Lou on the near side, and he's going to get in for the score.
Woo, he's got some speed.
Yes, he does. Ty Lue makes it 20-7 with 29.3 seconds to go in the first half.
23-yard reception. Well, basically a run. He caught it behind the line of scrimmage and turned it into a touchdown.
29.3 on the clock, and they'll bring on Abercrombie for the extra point again to try and make this a true 2-score lead. .3 seconds left in the first half. Clopton-Elsberry, boy, they needed a stop there and couldn't get it.
Didn't they, though? That's big.
Now that back-to-back possession thing comes into play as he strikes it through again to make it 21-7 here late in the second quarter. Back with more from Week 6 at Clopton High School in a minute on Eagle 102.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, Bowling Green Pharmacy, and Mid-America Auto and Towing.
21-7, final 30 seconds of the first half. IndianHawks have given up 3 straight touchdowns to the Wildcats here after initially taking a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, the offense for Montgomery County's found their stride. The biggest stride they've found is Ty Lue with touchdown passes or receptions, I should say, of 37 and 23 yards, all in the second quarter.
Clopton-Elsberry, how about a kick return here?
How about that? He's going to kick it deep and give him a chance.
Full moon out tonight, it looks like.
Isn't it, though?
Beautiful night for football. The Friday night lights are the only thing warm here tonight.
This one popped up. Kaplan takes it about the 15.
Going the wrong way, and he's brought down Kills a lot of clock. Down to 21 and a half seconds. And doesn't set them up here. They're going to have to have a big play here to do anything to close the half.
Well, I think maybe you want to just do something pretty conservative here. Don't make a mistake here in the final 30 seconds of this, or 21 seconds to be exact.
You've watched Butch before, right? Butch Wolanski.
Yeah, fair point.
21 and a half seconds left in the first half of this ball game. Eagle 102 halftime show coming up. They go on a little slant to the far side. Here's Evans. He's got some room. Now get out of bounds. He's out near midfield. They just let the legs of Zach Evans get him some good yardage there. Sets him up where one more big play could maybe get him in the end zone.
30 yards on the reception. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds before that. So
44.
So we'll take 6 off of that, make it a 24-yard reception. Messing with my score sheet, aren't they?
The best laid plans, right?
There you have it.
21-7 is the Montgomery lead here in the waning moments of the first half. Back to throw is Martin. Steps up in the pocket. Pressure coming from the far side, and he's brought down. That'll bring us to the end of the half there. With the sack that time was Kyle Yelton for the Wildcats. They took a timeout, so they're going to try and run one more play.
They had to call that quick, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
That's being alert.
So the teams will go to the respective sidelines. We'll keep it here. We've got the halftime show coming up in about 8 seconds. So any first thoughts on this first half?
Well, Montgomery County's just kind of grinded offensively and just kept pounding, and they've hit 2 big plays. And, that's your difference in the football game, two touchdown passes of over 25 yards. However, most of this half has been played in the Montgomery County Clopton's defensive end of the football field, if you will. They have just not been able to get anything at all going offensively. Usually we see some rushing yards. They've got 26 yards rushing in the game and just 79 through the air. So they're having troubles offensively in this game.
They scored first, 3 touchdowns later by Montgomery, and it's a 14-point lead for the visitors.
So they're going to – I don't know if they've got a hook and ladder or anything. They're still playing straight-up man out here on Kaplan, right in front of us, wide to the right.
Down in the lower portion of your screen if you're watching at KJFMradio.com. Almost stripped away from Martin. He's brought down, and that's going to do it for the first half of this ball game. Horn sounds 21-7 through 2. Did he call a timeout before the end of it? He's going out like
yeah, they did. I'm not sure how.
And they're going to have to talk to the
I was going to say, I thought I heard the horn blow.
Yeah. 1 second even they put on the clock. So we're going to have one more play here. So Butch Wolanski and the IndianHawks.
That's all I can say about that.
Trying to be creative here. 1 second on the clock here in the first half. No special ceremonies or anything going on this week in halftime. Both times we've been down here, we've had a senior night and a homecoming. So just a normal halftime for the first time this season.
Yeah, no kidding.
They tried to get all that stuff out of the way early in case something happened. But I think things are starting to get back to normal. Even the St. Louis schools are starting to loosen up restrictions a little bit. So we'll see if we can have a normal rest of the season and postseason for our high school athletes. 1 second. Kind of like an untimed play. Back to throw is Martin. There's the horn. He goes up the middle with it, and it is caught and brought down. He couldn't get the lateral, but a nice play to Gabriel Hill. Takes it all the way down to about the 31-yard line, and that's the end of the first half. Halftime show coming up next. It's 21 for Montgomery County, 7 for Clopton-Elsberry after 2 quarters on KJFM.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Missouri, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Cindy Blaylock at an even better price. That's right, State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. I'm State Farm agent Cindy Blaylock, and I'm ready to help you save. Call me today at 573-754-5575 or visit us in Louisiana, just a block up from the river. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your 401k is likely one of your most important assets, but it's only one part of a comprehensive retirement strategy. Edward Jones can help you understand how your retirement assets fit into your entire retirement picture so you can work toward meeting your unique retirement goals. Contact me, Kayla Caldwell, your Edward Jones financial advisor at 2604 Georgia Street in Louisiana. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
2 quarters in the books here. It was Clopton-Elsberry scoring first, then 3 straight touchdowns by the Wildcats. They lead this one 21-7 as we reach the KJFM halftime show. Mark Fronick, Jim Ross here at Clopton High School in Week 6. We got Bowling Green playing at North Callaway, Louisiana at MMA, and more action around the area as well here in Week 6 that we'll try and get you some updates on. But this was a game that it looked like Montgomery County came out of the gates a little too amped up. They got some big penalties which stifled their offense, but they've cleaned that up, and it put 3 straight touchdowns on the board against the IndianHawks.
Yeah, that's telling it exactly the way it happened for sure. And Clopton-Elsberry never really able to get untracked, especially in the second quarter. They scored that touchdown late in the first quarter, but the offense went stale in that second quarter, and Montgomery cranked it up. I want to take a look at the stats real quick.
Sure.
Clopton rushed for 26 yards, 104 through the air on 9 for 15 passing. Montgomery County 115 on the ground, 83 through the air, 57 yards on return yardage for Clopton and 52 for Montgomery County. So statistically, the difference is the game is rushing, and ironically for Montgomery County, Doozer has 55 yards out of the quarterback position, mostly on broken plays where he got free and things had broken down and was able to pick up yardage in a freelance type of situation.
Some scores from around the area. Monroe City retook the lead on an 8-yard touchdown run from Keaton Penwell, his second score of the night. That was 24 seconds before the half. So Monroe City leads Brookfield 12-6. Wright City's offense is broken right now. They trail Mark Twain at the half 14-0. So that's big for the Mark Twain Tigers. And Wright City's got to be scratching their heads at this point.
Don't they, though?
You know, one man doesn't make a team, but since they've lost their quarterback, they are in big-time trouble down there at Wright City. And so I guess the rest of the EMO can thank Bowling Green for taking him out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that you don't like to see anybody get hurt, but it's also part of the game.
Hannibal leading Kirksville 26-0. So that one is.
Did you have the Palmyra-Clark score? Palmyra-Clark over Clark County 12-0 and half. Palmyra, the number 1 ranked team in Class 2. Clark County, the 8th ranked team.
Centralia leading Cuba 27-0 right at halftime as well.
Macon over South Shelby 43-0.
Actually, that game was right before the half. It reached the half, and now Centralia leads Cuba 28-6. So,
South Callaway over Van Far. Did you have that one?
I did not.
42-12. And that's all I see right now.
We'll get some more of those as we go along here at the half, as Clopton-Elsberry has fallen behind. It'll be Montgomery County getting the second half kickoff. They lead it 21-7 over the homestanding IndianHawks. We'll have more here in Week 6 after this on the Eagle 102 halftime report.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer. Compare the bottom line, and you'll find shocking everyday low prices at County Market in Vandalia. Never pay more than you need to. Get the best weekly specials every time you visit. Check out their wonderful deli department and let the friendly staff help with any questions you may have. From steaks to seafood and everything in between, selections are plentiful in every aisle. Enjoy your shopping experience when you visit them. County Market, Highway 54 West, Vandalia.
When it comes to buying or selling real estate, you can count on the professionals at Penrod Real Estate in Louisiana. Serving Pike County and surrounding areas, Penrod Real Estate can find buyers for your home or property and can also assist in helping you find the home of your dreams. Residential or commercial, the friendly folks at Penrod Real Estate invite you to reach out if you're in need of help in any area of the real estate process. Phone 754-6922 or visit the office at 618 Georgia in Louisiana. Penrod Real Estate looks forward to serving you.
It's fall, y'all. That means a stop by Prairie's Edge Garden Center is a must. Prairie's Edge can help with all your fall decorating needs, including pumpkins and gourds of every shape, color, and size. Beautiful mums, annuals, and perennials are also available, as well as yard stakes, mailbox covers, pottery, bird baths, and so much more. Be sure to bring the family out and enjoy the corn maze, which will run through October 31st. For everything fall, it's Prairie's Edge Garden Center, just south of Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Family Drug, and Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice.
About 8.5 minutes to go before we kick off the second half here from Clopton High School. The Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks trail the Montgomery County Wildcats 21-7 after the first two quarters of this ball game. Pretty fast moving, just after 8 o'clock here from it slowed down a little bit. It slowed down.
Cursed us.
It slowed down.
We'll be here at 11 o'clock now.
After I said it. You got something to do? You got somewhere to be?
No, not really.
Clopton-Elsberry, boy, they could use some help on the outside. Not just tonight, but they've got Lucas Martin out there. He's not the most fleet-footed guy. You got Zach Evans on the defensive line. I think he could help out in the secondary if you put him at a linebacker or a free safety. But it's just, that Iron Man football. You put your studs offensively in positions, hopefully, where they don't get wore out playing defense, and that leaves you open to some big plays. And when stuff goes south, like the broken plays we've seen on the bad snaps and stuff, that really opens up a lot when you got one or two guys sucked into the ball. If they reverse field like they have been able to, they've got a lot of running room.
Well, and that's going to be an interesting point going into the second half. Defensively, the Indian Hawks had to exert a ton of energy chasing around Montgomery County on those long touchdown passes and several long runs. And so will they have any gas left in the tank in the second half? And as you mentioned during the broadcast, Montgomery County will get it to start the second half. And so we're going to find out in a hurry what kind of adjustments the Indian Hawks have been able to make to try and slow down this Wildcat train that picked up steam in the second quarter.
Yeah, the same thing that makes Clopton-Elsberry's offense work, the big, strong guys on the outside, are the things that are kind of a defensive liability. They're just not fast enough when you got some speedsters and some guys that can make those cuts like Montgomery has on the outside.
Well, the other thing is Clopton-Elsberry hadn't been able to run the football.
Yeah.
They've rushed for 26 yards, so those defensive ends are pinning their ears back, and they're shooting the linebackers, blitzing probably half the time, trying to put pressure on Martin, and they've done a pretty good job at that. That's not a good recipe, so you got to try and get something going on the ground. The problem with that is you're down 21-7, and you can't stay with that philosophy very long, particularly if it doesn't work.
Indian Hawks struck first, scoring on their second off. Just leave it up to, or chalk it up to them being pretty amped up. They had some unsportsmanlike penalties and some other issues, but they got that cleaned up, put 3 touchdowns on the board there through the end of the first quarter and through the second quarter, and now lead this one 21-7 after 2. We'll have more of the halftime show after this on Eagle 102.
Cellular & Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular & Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Shelter Insurance Agent Frank Wallace in Vandalia invites you to call or stop by soon to ask about shelter services. Proud to serve their friends and neighbors, Shelter Insurance Agency of Vandalia offers auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance, all at reasonable rates with fast, friendly, personable service. Give Frank a call today at 573-594-2235 or stop in at their new location at 610 West Highway 54 in Vandalia. Frank Wallace Shelter Insurance Agency. Seek shelter today.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated, and Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, you name it, and Ed will tackle it. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly, knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
If you're looking for full-time employment, Pow Pow Cattle Farms and Fencing has several positions available immediately. Applicants must know how to weld, how to drive a skid loader, have reliable transportation, and a good work ethic. Call or text Matt Stone, 573-590-1218 today for details. Again, several full-time openings available now at Pow Pow Cattle Farms and Fencing. Call or text 573-590-1218 today.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pike County Mutual Insurance, Browns Processing, and Bank of Louisiana.
Couple of score updates. Louisiana has fallen behind at MMA 21-14 at the half. So the Bulldogs have their work cut out for them. We'll have Louisiana on our game of the week next week as they play at Bowling Green, the old-time rivalry, the Mayor's Cup. We'll be there and up for grabs a week from tonight. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff here on KJFM. Some other scores, North Shelby leading Keatsville 48-0.
First year of 8-man for Keatsville. I think they're co-oping maybe with Glasgow. I don't know, somebody over there. I can't remember who it is right now.
And you've got some of the rankings out.
Yeah, the rankings came out usually on Tuesday. Looking at Class 6, just some teams you'll be familiar with. Liberty's the top-ranked team out of the Kansas City area. Francis Howell at 5, Winsville Holt at 6, Wentzville hold at 7. Columbia Rock Bridge at 9. In Class 5, two familiar names at the top of that class, Carthage and Webb City, 1 and 2. Only school close, Columbia Battle at 5 and Fort Zumwalt North at 7. In Class 4, Elias, the top-ranked team, they're 5-0, and I see they were up at half 48-0. Hannibal is at 3, I should say, at 4-0, and Moberly is the 8th-ranked team at 5-0. St. Dominic at 3-2. They played a tough schedule. They are 10. Class 3 is the really interesting class. You and I were talking about this. Everybody from Louisiana remembers St. Genevieve Valley because they had to play them 2 or 3 times in the district in Class 1. Due to winning state championships and the multiplier for being a private school, they're now Class 3. Don't worry
Doesn't
about
matter.
it. They're a top-ranked team in Class 3. They beat the perennial power Blair Oaks last week, and Blair Oaks is number 3. Centralia is 4, another team that's always good. Southern Boone out of Ashland is at 8. And then the class with most of the schools from our area in it, Class 2, Palmyra at 2, Lutheran St. Charles Palmyra at 1, Lutheran St. Charles at 3, Clark County at 8, Duchesne at 9, and Monroe City at 10. And in Class 1, not any teams really from our area. I guess with some of the schools that played Westran, just west of Moberly there at 6. Of course, an 8-man North Shelby got beat last week by North Andrew and dropped from 2 to 4.
Wow.
They actually flipped spots. North Andrew went to 2. So North Shelby still ranked well up there. And I just saw yesterday or day before yesterday, they've moved all the state championship games. The bigger classes are going to play in Jeff City, and the 8-man is going to be in Chillicothe.
Really?
So nothing's going to be in Columbia this year.
And I'm guessing that has something to do with all the protocols going on the University of Missouri campus.
And Boone County, yeah, I think that's probably right. So if you're planning on, well, I don't know if you'd be able to get a ticket, with the attendance restrictions that you're probably going to see. But if you want to go, you might want to check where the game's being played because it's not going to be in Columbia like it has been the last couple of years.
Well, they just need to say the heck with it, take it back to Arrowhead like it was back in the day. They're allowing fans for Chiefs games, so.
One of the few pro teams actually. It's mind-numbing to me that you can have what did they allow 20,000 fans or something like that. You had 17,600 at the Mizzou game last Saturday night, but you can't have any fans at baseball games. Major League Baseball games.
Well, they're going to sell 11,500 for per game for the division series
Yeah, they're all going to be in Arlington. Is that right? Are they going to kind of
I think
bubble those guys once they get that far into the playoffs?
I think they're going to because of restrictions in New York. I think the Yankees are going to play the Rays at Petco Park, where the Cardinals are currently playing the Padres. I think that's what they said. And
nothing like letting two teams stay close to home. Huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're just going to flip them all the way across the country.
3,800 miles across the country, yeah.
And allow fans.
Yeah.
That probably can't get on a plane right now.
Plan your vacation.
Yeah. So it's just it's pretty odd what's going on in professional sports and the trickle down all the way to high school sports. Like you said, the 8-man championships or the smaller classes in 8-man going to be played in Chillicothe. You said.
That's correct. Yes.
And then the big classes there in Jefferson City and.
Of course, you've got 3 options at Jeff City. You've got Lincoln, you've got Jeff City Public, and then you've got Helias that all have turf. Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really nice. Well, I might want to take that back. I'm not sure Lincoln has turf, but I know Jeff City Public and Helias do. So, got a number of options when you get into Jeff City, which is in Cole County, by the way. So I guess they're not under the same protocols as Boone County, which is interesting because the cases at the University of Missouri are dwindling fast with all the protocols they put in place. And as you know, I've got a daughter at Mizzou, and it's pretty pretty mind-numbing what they got to wear a mask wherever they go.
Yeah, they come out of that dorm room. They've got to,
Yep.
even in the hallways, I think.
Yep, it's pretty crazy. But it's knocked the cases down significantly on campus.
Well, we're not even taking the 3 minutes here at the start of the second half. The teams are out on the field, so we'll say that was the halftime report, and we're ready for action here as Clopton-Elsberry will kick off to Montgomery to start the third quarter of this ball game. Week 6 action here on KJFM. Our product Jim Ross, and Hutchison is back to receive. And it'll be Kuntz going to kick it off?
Is it Kuntz? Number 3, yeah. Yeah, it is Kuntz. I wonder what happened to Hill. He's over here on the sidelines.
Maybe you needed an extra break before the second half. Oh, they'll try the onside again. Ball's loose. We'll see who got it. Just by the reactions, I don't.
Kuntz had a shot at it. They're wrestling for it down, and they're going to say Montgomery County recovers.
On the bottom of that pile, pulling him out is number 54, Harrison Bishop. That's his second return today, I think.
For a grand total of no yards.
Yeah.
So, again, good field position for Montgomery County. Give them a short field, already up 21-7.
Just try it. Kick it deep. See
what happens. I know they had issues at Mark Twain, but that was
weeks ago.
3 games ago, yeah.
First and 10. They're on the ground with Hutchison, and he's brought down after a gain of about 5.
Yeah, Jacob Olansky hit him in about after a gain of about a yard, and he just rode him. And as we said, Hutchison just keeps churning those feet, and he picks up about 6.
So they're across midfield in one play after that onside attempt. Back to throw. Doozer steps up. Now he's going to take off. And brought down. Looks like he's got enough for the first down.
He's mighty close.
So a pair of 5-yard runs. And a fresh set of downs inside Indian Hawk territory. Now they'll move those chains. Stop the clock to do so with 11:15 to go in the third quarter.
This is what Montgomery will probably want to try and do, grind it on the ground if they can, burn up clock.
Mm-hmm. High snap. They give it to Hutchison, and he's got another 10-yard gain.
And a late flag. See what the flag is.
Came from the official on the near sideline. And it's looks like it's going to be a face mask maybe. Or a hold. Okay.
Another big penalty.
No, they're saying face mask.
Yeah, I think it was holding.
Yeah,
so
I think he called it up high.
Spot. Yeah, they're going to go from the spot, so it was holding.
Yeah.
So another penalty on Montgomery County. They're 6th for 60 yards.
Back to midfield.
But they started the game this way. So
yeah.
It's not something they're unfamiliar with. They have trips to the right this time. I think the first time we've seen this formation.
But it's an inside handoff again to Hutchison. Bounced off the line, comes to the near side, and he got all that yardage back. Finally brought down by Zumwalt.
It's going to be near first down yardage.
Yep, gain of 19, or not 19, but 17 on play. And it is enough for a first down.
He's a tough runner.
Yes, he
give
is.
It to him. He's not a very big guy, but bounces off tacklers and keeps those legs a-churning.
Clock moving down to 10:15 to go here in the third quarter.
Same formation. bring Lou in motion a little bit this time.
Yeah, created a trip situation, but he takes it himself, does Doozer. And there's a flag in the backfield. And it's going to be against the Wildcats.
Illegal motion that time. That'll be 5 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Kleekamp's been doing a lot of stretching between plays. Maybe dealing with a little bit of an issue there. We have an update on Bowling Green.
Well, North Callaway scored, and they've taken the lead, but I haven't got a score yet. My guess is going to be it's going to be either 19-15 or 20-15, but we'll have to wait for the update.
That would make sense.
Wouldn't it, though?
Yeah.
Like how I did that?
Uh-huh.
I guess it could be 21, though, if they went for 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've got all the options covered for you.
Which you would think they would go for after missing the extra point last time.
They may very well do that.
So 1st and 15 for the Wildcats after everything finally got sorted out. High snap again. Good job by Doozer to corral it, get it to his running back, and he's got near first down yardage all the way down to the 25-yard line.
About a 13-yard run, running hard, running downhill that time.
Make it the 26, and it would be 2nd and 3. (21-7). Montgomery on the opening possession of the second half has burned 3 minutes off the clock already.
Yeah, 3 minutes, and they've only gone about 30, 10, 20, about 30 yards.
Mm-hmm. Second and 3. Doozer in the deep shotgun. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself. He's got the first down, and finally brought down at the 16-yard line. The 16.5. But it'll move the chains, and they still have a first down that they can get inside the 10. Receivers, 2 to each side. With Doozer trying to sneak through the middle, brought down by Twellman for a gain of 4.
A lot of action in North Callaway as Michael Starks goes in with the 2-point conversion. Bowling Green retakes the lead at 23-20.
Wow. Yeah, that one does have quite a bit of action going on.
4:30 to go in the third quarter.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Doozer up to 73 yards on the ground.
Go to the near side with it. Sidestepping a man. He's going to be stopped short. That's Travis Hill on the pass.
He'll get down to about the 5-yard line, though, and have a first down. 13 yards on the throw and catch.
Not a recent update on the Louisiana game. Their last check were trailing MMA at a halftime by a touchdown, 21-14, after having a 14-7 lead. That time, busting through for Clopton-Elsberry is number 50, Jacob Martin, and he brings down Hutchison.
Loss of about a yard, maybe 2. We'll say loss of 2.
He exploded through.
He did. They're kind of trying to run a little option look with the quarterback hanging on to the football and deciding what to do with it. That time they held on to it too long, and Hutchison paid the price because of it.
Do it again here. On the next play, almost ripped out. He's still pushing forward. It's going to be a flag comes out as he crosses the goal line.
I don't think in high school football you can assist them like you can in pro football now, and that's what happened. Actually, Doozer came in to join in the fun and gave him that last boost, so they'll wipe that touchdown out. And I don't know what the penalty is for this, how many yards it is.
I like the action that goes with the call. He puts out both arms and acts like he's pushing.
Yeah. from his thighs, no less. Yeah. It's like, so it looks like it's just a 5-yard penalty.
Run interference, is that what the official call is called?
Well, I don't know if it's official or not, but that's what they're calling it. So it'll be for 2nd and goal from about the 8-yard line. They cranked the clock down to 6:40. Man, they burned up half the third quarter.
Yeah.
And they're not in any hurry. They look at the sidelines, and they're going to go to the line of scrimmage with 10 on the play clock.
Snap the ball with 2 to go. Back to throw. Pressure coming from Martin. Goes to the far side, almost picked off. Was it? It was nearly caught.
Now they're going to say his hands, and then nearly fell in the lap of Lou, but falls incomplete.
That'll bring up 3rd down and goal from about the 8.
Good pressure again that time up the middle by the IndianHawks to force Doozer out of the pocket.
21-7 our score. Montgomery threatening here to open the 3rd quarter.
And they have ground this game to a halt by burning up play clock on every play.
Doozer in the deep shotgun. Hand off. And he is very close, still on his feet. Did the ball come out? Ball came out. Does Clopton-Elsberry have it? I think they do. They do.
First turnover of the game.
Hutchison trying to chug forward to the goal line, and the ball was stripped out. Clopton-Elsberry recovers. They're deep in their own territory, but they've got the ball with 6:07 to go. They stopped the touchdown.
Deep's being kind. They are
at their goal line.
Yeah. They are definitely in the shadow of their own goal post.
6:07, the time of the turnover.
Look at that moon, would you? I think you mentioned that earlier. Now a little cloud cover.
That's neat.
That's a Halloween-looking moon there.
We're into October.
Let's see if it brings the IndianHawks some spooky luck here.
We'll have a full moon to start the month and one on Halloween night, a blue moon.
Double blue moon in the month of, or double full moon, I should say, in the month of October.
1st and 10 for the IndianHawks, their first possession of the second half. They just want to get out of the way of their own goal line here to start this possession. Loaded up the box does Montgomery.
Long snap count, too. Trying to draw them off sides.
Push up the middle, and not much there.
Martin just keeps it, but he'll pick up about 3. Well, gets it out to the 5, so 4 yards on the quarterback sneak. Gives them a little room to operate now.
.547 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Just a little breathing room.
Don't want to make a mistake here. First turnover of the game by either club has given the IndianHawks the ball deep in their own end and saved a touchdown, which could have been a crippling touchdown.
Yeah, that could have been ball game type territory there. On 2nd and 7. Fakes the handoff. Puts it in the air to the near side. It's caught.
Woo.
Not a whole bunch there for Zumwalt.
In fact,
lost a yard, didn't he?
Well, let's see where they're going to mark it.
About the 2.
6 or 7.
Yeah, about the 2.
About the 2, yeah, they did lose.
But he was almost sacked in the end zone. So
lost 2, minus 2 on that. Yeah, you're right. Zumwalt's first catch of the game.
So the clock continues to run down to 4:40. 3rd and 9 for the IndianHawks from their own 2. After getting the turnover, the IndianHawk offense is backed up.
Out of their own end zone.
To the near side, and that is incomplete. Intended target goes Gabriel Hill, and he may knock the wind out of himself going for that one.
Slow to get up. Looks like he stumbled a little bit coming out of his cut. Now the IndianHawks are in a peck of trouble. Not much space to punt.
Pretty much going to have to put the punter right on the back line of the end zone.
Now the snap becomes very important.
Bad snap, and it's 23-7.
Looks like Hill back to punt.
About a yard in front of the back of the end zone.
No problem with
It'll
it.
bounce to the 40, and here comes a touchdown. Oh, he cuts it back across the middle. Boy, trying to find a blocker. How about that?
That was about as crazy a run as I've ever seen.
On the return is Drake Doozer.
From the 40 all the way down to the 2.
And we've got an injured Indian Hawk. That's number 71, Jacob Wolanski, holding a leg. So we'll take a break with 4:01 to play here in the third quarter. Clopton-Elsberry trailing 21-7 in Montgomery County on KJFM.
Lynn's Heritage House in Louisiana offers affordable, home-like senior living, enabling your loved one the independence that they want and the services that they need. Staffed 24 hours a day with low resident-to-staff ratio, rest assured Lynn's Heritage House provides peace of mind for you and those you love. So if you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or need care from a hospital stay or surgery, call Lynn's Heritage House to set up a tour and visit soon. Phone 754-4020 or visit 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Insurance.
Wolanski is up, but he is needing to be helped off the field by the athletic trainers from Pike County Memorial Hospital. Tonight's action on KJFM, our Game of the Week coverage brought to you by County Market in Vandalia, Penrod Real Estate, Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Shelter Insurance Agent Frank Wallace in Vandalia, and Prairie's Edge Garden Center. You got a update from North Callaway?
I do. Into the third quarter, Bowling Green leads 23-20, so that one's going down to the wire.
Week 6 of high school football, 5th game of the season for the Indian Hawks, and that's a big blow if Wolanski can't come back, but he seems to be walking a little more normal the closer he gets to the bench. So hopefully it's nothing serious.
Something to do with a left leg.
And in for the touchdown on the first play of the drive is Logan Hutchison to make it 27-7.
2-yard run by Hutchison.
Extends the lead for the Wildcats. And the extra point to follow. And so far, Evan Abercrombie is officially 3 for 3, but he's put 4 through.
Yeah,
he's a good kicker.
He is. When he needs to blow it, he blows it. If he needs to chip it, he kind of takes a little semi-swing at it and just pops it right through, doesn't he?
With 3:44 to play here in the third quarter, so basically, with the exception of 3-4 plays, Montgomery's had it the entire second half so far. They add the extra point to make it 28-7. 4 straight touchdowns by the Wildcats since Clopton-Elsberry opened the game with the score. And right now it's all Montgomery here in Week 6 on Eagle 102.
La Crosse Lumber Company in Vandalia offers a wide variety of products and services that are designed to meet your residential and commercial needs. This includes lumber, electrical supplies, windows, doors, paint, siding, insulation, power tools, and more. Drafting and delivery service is also available. La Crosse Lumber Company in Vandalia has special project pricing and always offers free estimates. La Crosse Lumber in Vandalia, the oldest, most reliable lumber and hardware company in the Midwest since 1873.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, the Mercantile Bank, and Bowling Green Tractor.
Still haven't had an update on that Louisiana MMA game, so the last report was the Colonels up by a touchdown. We'll see if we can inspire them to send something there from Mexico.
In the no fans game, we've been getting our updates from Athletic Director Ryan Griffin.
So, Griff, if you're listening?
Probably not.
Send us an update. You could be listening on the KJFM app.
Yeah.
Over the far side, the kickoff goes. They've been kind of targeting Kaplan on these kicks, and he's brought down.
Out to about the 23, 10-yard return. You can tell the ball's a little colder because they're not kicking it quite as deep.
Yeah.
A little more loft to it to give the kick coverage team time to get down.
The field position battle has definitely been dominated by Montgomery from the start of this game.
Basically, since the 33-second mark of the first quarter when Clopton scored, the rest of this game's been played in the offensive end for Montgomery County.
28-7 with 3:37 to play in the third quarter. Good news is Wolanski is walking around pretty normally. He's talking to the trainers now and head coach Butch Wolanski. And he's actually jogging now on the sideline, looking pretty good.
Trying to prove to somebody that he can go back in the game.
Uh-huh. On first down, here's Evans on a carry, and he's got
out of the tailback position this time.
He's got 12 yards.
First run of the night for Zach Evans. Well, we talked about him needing to get the running game going to free up the passing game. See if Zach Evans can do the duty.
Final 3.5 minutes here of the third quarter from Clopton High School. Chilly night down here in the valley at Clopton.
Yes, it is. I'm surprised it's not fogging up a little bit.
Yeah, or seeing any steam coming out of the helmets yet. 3:04 to play here in the third. Pressure coming from Montgomery. Back-to-back carries for Evans, and he's got about 6, maybe 7, looks like, on this play.
Looks like they'll mark it just past the 40-yard line, so we'll give him 6.
Clock continues to roll down to 2:40. 28-7, Wildcats. 4 unanswered scores.
Clopton-Elsberry, they need a score on this drive.
Yeah, get it down to 2 touchdowns heading into the fourth. That's a ball game. Fakes the handoff, steps up, puts it near side, got some air under this throw, and it is incomplete. It was thrown out of bounds anyway. Intended target was Hill. Coverage provided by Drake Doozer.
And he was all over Hill. That ball hung up a little bit on Martin. That was a long throw on an out from the middle part of the field. Threw it about 40 yards.
Yes, he did. That makes it 3rd and 4 for Clopton-Elsberry from the 35 or the 40-yard line.
They're going for it. This is 2-down territory from here on out, I would suspect, unless they're stuck deep in their own end.
You at least have to flip that field position. Here's the handoff. And met and dropped. It's going to be a loss. After the whistle as he's driven down. That's.
They were watching for him that time.
Uh-huh.
Loss of 2.
Going to be 4th and 5 from the 44. And
now you might want to rethink. No, it's Butch Wolanski. Riverboat Ron, as I like to call him. He's going for it. Guarantee you that. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't put Evans in the slot position and try and run that little slant that they like to do in this situation. Nope, they're going to leave him in the backfield.
I'm seeing that steam come out of the face mask now, by the way.
Big play in the game right here.
4th down and 5. Back to throw. Steps up, puts it to the near side. It's caught by Hill on the near sideline. He's got the first down out near the 50, stopped at the 48. Nice play, well designed.
It was about 10 on the game.
Needed 5, got 10, and they're close to midfield now with a fresh set of downs. Trailing by 3 scores. Kaplan out of the ball game.
we had an update from Montgomery or from Monroe or North Callaway.
There you go.
I can't remember where they are. Field goal by North Callaway. They're tied at 23.
How about that?
7:38 to go in the game. I don't see field goals very often in
Nope.
high school football, especially at the lower levels.
1st and 10 for the IndianHawks. Fakes the handoff, steps up, through some defenders, and the ball is knocked away from behind. That's an incomplete pass.
They're going to say it's incomplete, but and Clopton-Elsberry recovered, but I don't know if your replay would show it. But I don't know that his arm had got going for it. He got hit from behind.
Well, let's check it out on the replay on it.
Yeah, you've been a little lacking on that
I
replay
have.
thing, have you?
Well, it's because I'm standing up. It's low. Yeah, it was going forward.
Okay, we're going to let you get. It was a grainy replay though.
Wow. That was right. Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot. Okay.
Back to throw again. Actually, he was still backpedaling when he threw that.
Well,
the receivers weren't looking yet.
That was going to be a screen pass to Evans. And a little too hot to handle that time.
His head hadn't come around yet either.
And it'll be 3rd and 10. Yeah, if you're not used to running that screen play, the quarterback's got to be able to continue to backpedal to get the defensive line to commit to chasing him. Not the easiest thing to do.
So 3 receivers, 2 to the far side. Pitch out. Here's Evans. Cuts it upfield. Well, there's not much there. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and brought back. They're going to give him no gain. It looked like he gained about 1 before he was pushed back. But
really good containment that time by the outside linebacker on the far side to make Evans turn it up.
4th and 10. Martin comes over to Coach Wolanski on the near side.
It's like they'll go for it.
Well, they'll let the rest of the quarter drain off, it looks like.
They can if they would like.
And now both teams are going to go to the sideline. So we've played 3 here in week number 6 from Clopton High School. It's the Montgomery County Wildcats leading the Clopton-Elsberry IndianHawks 28-7 as we head to the 4th on KJFM.
If it's time to ride or time to work, it's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. There isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than those at Hayden's. If you need help at work or at play, let Hayden's Motorsports Center be your one-stop shop for the most fun and hard-working power sports equipment in the area. They're always ready to help. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
Support the Louisiana Bulldogs with the new Bulldog debit card from Bank of Louisiana. This card has all the benefits of a traditional debit card, but every time you use it to make a purchase, Bank of Louisiana will make a donation to the Louisiana School District. A convenient, secure way to pay, all while supporting your local school. Stop by Bank of Louisiana today to get your Bulldog debit card. Bank of Louisiana, member FDIC.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Start of the 4th quarter here from Clopton High School, week 6 action. Mark Fronek, Jim Ross. It'll be Clopton-Elsberry ball, 4th and 10 from their own 48.
Nothing new on the scoreboard as we get ready to go here in the 4th.
Tonight's Game of the Week coverage brought to you in part by Pow Pow Cattle Farms and Fencing, Lynn's Heritage House, La Crosse Lumber Company in Vandalia, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and McCoy Blossom Funeral Home and Crematory. Glad you're with us on KJFM Radio or on the KJFM Radio app, listening on your Alexa-enabled device or at the website kjfmradio.com.
Well,
wherever you're with us.
Yeah, this could be the ball game here if they don't make this. They're in trouble as it is.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give them the ball on your own 48 with another short field, it's trouble.
4th and 10 for Clopton-Elsberry. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to be, well, he rolls away from it. Look out for a holding call now, but he's only back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a turnover on downs back to the Wildcats.
Great work by Martin to keep that from being a 10 or 12-yard loss and giving Montgomery County the ball inside the 40. But nonetheless, it'll be a turnover on downs.
So Montgomery gets it back. They burned about 9 of the 12 minutes off the clock in the third quarter. They're looking at 11:50 left in regulation of this ball game, up by 3 scores.
And you can expect them to grind this out for sure. In between plays, we might have time to run and get that bag of popcorn.
Well, if Clopton-Elsberry loads up the middle, I wouldn't put it past this Montgomery coaching staff to try for a big exclamation point on this victory either.
Well, you got to keep an eye on Lou. I mean, he's shown the speed on the outside. They can throw him some sort of out. They're going to fake the jet sweep and run a inside reverse to Hutchison.
Nothing there for him this time. Maybe lost a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Let it run some time off the clock. Haven't even started the play clock yet.
Hutchinson up to 76 yards on the ground. Has passed Doozer, who sits at 73. And it looks like Chernuski's back in at quarterback.
Yes, he is. The Clopton-Elsberry players were counting. So they made it look like they had an extra man on the field, which would explain why it's been so hard to stop them. Especially if that extra man is Hutchison, because he's been a load tonight.
Hadn't he, though? Yeah, he's going to get 7 on that carry.
And we're down to 10:50 to play. And they'll try and, between the play and the play clock, burn off at least a minute every snap.
His 18th carry of the game. Chernuski, the young quarterback, not doing quite as good a job managing that play clock.
He comes to the near side on a keeper, and he's got first down yardage, still on his feet inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line for Czernuski, and goes out of bounds. Or do they have it running? Yep, they stopped the clock with 10:23 to play.
They may have stopped it on the first down and given 15 on the carry.
Now they will start it again, yeah. Once the chains were set.
Chain gang moving quickly over there. I don't know who's on the chain gang.
They're pretty far away.
Speedy guy. What? No, I couldn't see him. It'd take binoculars for me to see those guys.
2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Montgomery, after getting the turnover on downs, in business.
Put numbers on the chain gang. That way we'll know who they are.
Pressure coming, and gets away from the first man, but not the second.
May have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Wolanski moving around pretty well after coming back into the ball game.
Loss of 1, it looks like.
We'll give him the sack. And then we're down to 9.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Full moon tonight here at Clopton High School.
2:25 to play in the third. MMA 28, Louisiana 21.
That's still a ball game, and this one is caught and out of bounds inside the 10.
And who is it but Lou?
Lou, and then a acrobatic move from Dorian Zumwalt to get back on his feet.
22-yard pass and catch.
Stops the clock with 9:15 to play, but sets him up first and goal from just inside the 5.
Gives Lou 88 yards through the air.
He may finish tonight with 100.
Getting close.
But if they score here, I doubt we see the ball in the air. Czernuski had a bad snap, and he's brought down from behind. That's Wolanski. Just grabbed the bottom of that jersey and held on and pulled.
Big loss all the way back out to the, 14-yard line?
Yeah. So a loss of about 10 on the play. So Wolanski's come back into the ball game with a score to settle. Bring up 2nd and goal from the 14.
Again, the snap was the issue there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely something they're going to have to clean up. High snap again. Czerniewski. The ball's loose. And they say incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had that for a while.
That was close, wasn't it?
That looked like a fumble and a recovery by Jacob Martin, but they call it an incomplete pass.
Just one turnover in this game. Fumble by
Hutchison.
Yeah, at the goal line at the 6:07 mark of the third of this game. Would pretty much be over. And Montgomery County trying to put the final nail in the coffin right here with 3rd and goal from the 14. I believe that's right.
Long look to the sideline for the play. They're not huddling up, but they're taking as much clock off as they can. But
nobody hardly huddles anymore. They use that wristband thing.
Uh-huh. Bleeding the play clock when the game clock is stopped. Put it in the air again. This one is caught. Was he inbound? Yes. Touchdown. Ty Lue is 3rd of the night. And that was a thing of beauty as he caught it and backed across the end zone, getting both feet in.
You know who? It's Lue.
That one is one that we're going to have to watch again on the replay here ahead of this field goal attempt. He put a lot of air onto that ball, got it right to the back of the end zone, and Lue caught it, got both feet down, and then backed into the sand pit there beyond and took a tumble. Now on for the extra point as the score goes to 34-7. And Abercrombie, good hold that time, and he pushes it through.
I got to say, Czerniewski doing the holding, and he's done a yeoman's work.
35-7 here in the 4th quarter, 8:09 to play. Back with more here in Week 6 after this on Eagle 102.
This is Tracy Brookshire, Marketing Coordinator and Public Information Officer for Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice here in Missouri. We are doing our best to keep our community informed as much as possible regarding how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting our county. Visit our dedicated COVID-19 page on our website at pikecountyhealth.org for resources, latest news, updated case counts, and a contact form for questions and concerns specifically related to the virus. Visit our website to subscribe to our PCHD e-news and be the first to know about any updates and resources we have to offer in our communications. Stay safe out there, Pike County. Your health is our priority, and together we will get through this concerning time.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Vicky Cadwallader Real Estate and Perkins Electrical Service.
5 unanswered touchdowns now for the Montgomery County Wildcats, and they lead at 35-7. Big night for Ty Lue receiving. He's got 3 touchdown catches in this ball game.
And over 100 yards at 102. Into the 3rd quarter from Mexico, MMA 28, Louisiana 21.
And San Diego has extended their lead over the Cardinals 3-0 in an elimination game.
Cardinals season mercifully may come to an end.
Well, let's hope for 162 plus next year.
Amen to that.
High hit, and there's the flag coming in from the back on the return. And folks still
clotheslined. Was that Kuntz? No, it was number. Was it?
Yeah,
it was
8.
Kuntz, wasn't it?
No,
was it 8?
Yeah, we don't have an 8. Morris was the return man.
Took a big hit for sure.
Yes, he did. Up high and illegal.
And they'll mark off another 15 yards.
A lot of penalties tonight for the Wildcats. One of the things they have to clean up.
Yep, if they want teaching moments, that's what they're going to get to work on. Discipline. That is.
And Morris coming right back. Well, he was going to come back on the field. He's played a few snaps tonight.
I have to get a calculator to figure out the number of penalties.
8 minutes to play. Clopton-Elsberry playing for pride now.
9 penalties for 85 yards on Montgomery County.
Martin, handoff, and that play was dead before it started. He got that handoff, and Levi Larkin was already standing right next to him.
Little draw play. Didn't work at all, as you said. Loss of 5.
They'll change out personnel. Well, they've got some big boys up front, don't they?
That they do. And when you're able to switch guys out and keep them fresh, that's something the Indian Hawks haven't been able to experience this year.
Yep, that is a luxury they don't have. Clock running, down under 7.5 minutes. Play clock at 18. As they break the huddle and head to the line for a 2nd and 16. After the loss of 6 on first down. Just 2 receivers out there, 1 on each side. So they had more help in the middle. And here's Evans, and there's nothing there for him, and there's going to be a holding call on top of it.
They've figured out the Zach Evans game plan, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Keying on him. With less than a minute to go from North Callaway, Michael Starks with an interception. He runs it back to the half-yard line, then he runs it in for the touchdown. Extra point's good, and with 33 seconds to go, Bowling Green up 30-23.
So it looks like Bowling Green's keeping that win streak intact.
They're going to decline the penalty as the loss was 4.
Yeah, so it's already 3rd and 20. Why make it 2nd and 30 at that point? Nearing the midway point of the final quarter. Here from Clopton High School. 3rd and 20 for the Indian Hawks. Defense shifts things up to match the Clopton receivers. Martin steps up in the pocket, puts it in the air. He's going downfield, and that is incomplete. Lots of contact there with 45 on the coverage, Thomas Kleekamp. But it was within the rules. No flags fly.
Double coverage there, too.
And it's 4th and 20.
Yeah. Guess you just go for it, eh?
Oh, yeah. Nothing to lose at this point. You're working on things. Play clock down to 30.
At this point, you don't want to get anybody hurt.
Yeah.
Finish this game without any injuries and live to fight another day.
Evans and Hill on the near side. Kuntz and Kaplan on the far side. They empty out the backfield. Put it across the middle. Too high and tipped by Evans, almost intercepted. Turnover on downs gives it back to the Wildcats with 6:28 to play. And if they put the ball in the air, I will be shocked.
Yeah. Should be an offense, a national offense.
They take over at the 36 of the Indian Hawks. The top 8 now.
Top of the 8th. 3-0 San Diego still. Boy, they've got some good young talent, don't they? Mercy.
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis.
Manager out of the University of Missouri.
Yeah, he is.
When he's got his hat on, he looks a heck of a lot like Dean Street. Don't you think?
I really don't think I've looked at him that close, to be quite honest.
I saw him on camera. I'm like, what is Dean doing coaching the Padres? They keep the ball on the ground, and did I see a flag come out at the end?
Big number 32 on the run.
And there is a hold against the Wildcats.
Kyle Yelton, his first carry.
He got 10+, but it's coming back.
Yelton, a senior running back, getting some time here.
The flag sitting at the 40-yard line. And he dropped another one. That one was by accident.
think he's got 2 flags. He's got the yellow flag and the pink flag. That's for breast cancer awareness, is that right?
That would make sense.
So they'll mark it off from the spot of the foul.
All the way back to the 50-yard line.
So it turns into really a 13-yard penalty. So the line of scrimmage gives them a whopping 98 yards in penalties. They're still winning the football game. They're losing the turnover battle and losing the penalty battle, but they're winning on the scoreboard. That's something you don't see every day.
That's because they got a receiver with 3 scores and 100 yards receiving.
That is a fact.
6:10 to play. Clock runs down to the midway point of this final quarter. Now, I think they could kill 6 minutes between themselves and the goal line if Clopton-Elsberry can't stop them.
If they'll wait until the play clock runs out, and they've got the senior back in.
He puts it in the air.
Yeah. Crazy.
Incomplete to stop the clock.
That's crazy.
It was Doozer back in there at quarterback.
Final score from North Callaway. Bowling Green 30, North Callaway 23. Big win for the Bobcats on the road.
Yes, indeed. They've been on a roll. At one point, we called them the best 0-2 team in the state, and they've reeled off win after win after that.
They may run the table.
They've got Louisiana next week here on KJFM. Keep the ball on the ground and falling forward.
That's Yelton.
Folks still falling forward.
He'll get 4, so he'll have some positive yards for the scorebook.
And we're down to 5.5 minutes to play. Senior running back, Kyle Yelton.
He's a big kid.
Yes, he is. Big line. John Reese out there for Montgomery. They've got some stout guys on the offense. Keeper, this time for Doozer, goes to that running around, and he is going to make it all the way to the end zone if he can stay in bounds. He did not. Falls out of bounds. Where they're going to mark him initially at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. And a first down. First down and goal for the Wildcats. When he starts improvising.
Man, he's good at that, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
30 yards on the run.
And we're down to 4:50 to play.
I'll take that back. 40 yards on the run. Puts him over 100 yards. 113 to be exact.
They don't have any mercy, do they?
Whew. Well, that was just, just really trying to get a first down.
And a pre-snap penalty here.
The referee was still standing back here at the 40-yard line, and the ball is on the 9. So I think they maybe killed the play.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't set the ball yet.
Huh.
That's the second time. I think that's what happened on the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
Been a weird night.
That was crazy.
1st and goal from the 9. Hands it off to the far side, and we're going to have another score here. And he is into the end zone. That's number 2, Jackson Brower. Senior on the Wildcats makes it 41-7 with the extra point yet to follow. Wow. Montgomery having themselves a night, and they are rolling.
They are. Since the end of the first quarter, it's been a Wildcat train in full steam ahead.
I think that Bowling Green game, like you said, was a wake-up call for them.
It was.
They've tightened up defensively the last few weeks. All they have to really work on is tightening up on those penalties as the extra point goes through. It's 42-7. 4:43 remaining in this ball game. This is the high school football game of the week on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Insurance is here to serve all your insurance needs. Bowling Green Insurance offers companies to cover your farm, home, auto, and crop needs. Call Fred or Jackie today to get a customized quote that will fit you and your budget. Bowling Green Insurance is an independent insurance agency. That means they can offer several companies to fit you. Give Bowling Green Insurance a call today to get a quote. 573-324-5762 or 573-324-CROP.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, Young Enterprises Incorporated, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
All Wildcats after that opening Clopton-Elsberry drive. Actually, their second drive of the ball game, but it was early in the first quarter in this one when Clopton-Elsberry held a 7-0 lead, and it's been all Wildcats since then, 42-7. Led by the receiving yards of Ty Lue.
And impressively, Evan Abercrombie is perfect on all his extra points.
Yes, he is.
And
even one that didn't count.
They haven't even been close. He booms it through there.
Yes, he does. And there was one hold that I'm pretty sure the ball was off the ground, and he still kicked it through.
Zerniewski was smart to get his fingers out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Or else he probably wouldn't be the quarterback at all tonight. Abercrombie may have kicked him right off his hand. Kick goes deep. Back for the Indian Hawks is Kuntz. Tyler reverses field up the middle, and he's brought down. Ball comes out, and it's fallen on by Martin.
Took it at the 10, brings it out to the 25 with the fumble. 15 yards on the assisted return.
And Jacob Martin can have fumble recovery put in his stat column.
There you go.
.413 to play in the ball game, and we'll see what Clopton-Elsberry wants to do with this, which is most likely their final possession of the game. If they want to stay on the ground with it, or
well,
go for broke and try and pad the stats a little bit.
I'd do whatever you got to do to keep anybody from getting hurt.
Mm-hmm. Back to throw on first down. It's completed over there on the far side, and a gain of about 7, maybe 8 on the catch by Hill.
Wide receiver screen to Hill.
Down to 3:25 as they keep it inbounds, keep the clock moving. It's officially a gain of 7 on the play.
24 passes by Martin in this game.
He throws a lot.
Now you're seeing a little fog come on the field, aren't you?
Started out of the face mask, and now it's on the ground. As they go to the far side, and that one's picked off. Martin picked off on the far side. Is that Lou? No, it's James or Keenan James. I think 23.
And then you're going to have a unsportsmanlike as they slammed him down after he was out of bounds. And so they're going to probably tack 15 onto this.
And set him up for maybe another score. And now that excitement continues on the Montgomery sideline. They're a fun team to watch.
Yes, they are.
It seems like they're excited and love playing the game.
Well,
yeah, the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
When's the play clock go to 40 seconds? Under 2 minutes?
I believe so.
So 2:52. I'd probably just kneel on it if it was me. Unless you're going to put in a bunch of young guys and let them get some snaps. Looks like there are some new faces out there.
Well, the lead is 35, so shouldn't we have a running clock anyway?
Well, seeing as how you mention it.
35 in the second half.
That would be correct.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
So then you definitely just kneel on it.
Put a man in motion. Handoff. Comes to the near side. That's number 7, Ben Sissom. And he's brought down near the sideline. Going to lose yardage on the play, I believe. And we're down to 2:15 to play. Here in the fourth quarter from Clopton High School, Indian Hawks going to fall below the 500 mark to 2-3. While Montgomery is going to go over that 3-2 mark. Good, 2 games over 500.
No hurry by Montgomery County. They'll hand it up the middle.
And that's a carry for number 32.
Yelton.
Kyle
Ball
Yelton.
came out. They're going to say it was caused by the ground.
Okay. And we're down to a minute and a half in this ball game. Post-game show coming up. Game of the week action on KJFM, brought to you in part by County Market in Vandalia, Penrod Real Estate, Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Shelter Insurance Agent Frank Wallace in Vandalia. Also by Prairie's Edge Garden Center, Pow Pow Cattle Farms and Fencing, Lynn's Heritage House, La Crosse Lumber Company in Vandalia, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and McCoy Blossom Funeral Home and Crematory.
Now it looks like they may finally just kneel on it.
Minute to go here in week number 6. Next week, 6:30 countdown to kickoff, 7 o'clock. We'll get the game going from Bowling Green as the Bobcats take on the Louisiana Bulldogs here on KJFM. The Mayor's Cup, and they do kneel down as Drake Doozer puts his knee to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. They shake hands, couple of hugs, not quite in the social distancing, but this is football, so I mean they're pretty well locked up for about 3 hours anyway, so they won't do the handshake line, but they'll signal to each other, a couple of hugs. Yeah, they may actually line up for it here in the final 10 seconds. 42-7 is our final. Post-game show starts next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 post-game show is coming up, brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego, power beyond belief.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603. NMLS number 407724.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM. Sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
42-7 our final as Montgomery County improves to 4-2 on the season, while Clopton-Elsberry falls to 2-3. A nice thank you from the IndianHawks. They came to the near sideline and all waved to the fans and said thank you. So that's a nice gesture as they appreciate their family and friends coming out in community to support this football team. Just 20 as far as the numbers go, but they get good support here in the stands here at Clopton High School, even on a very chilly night.
Yes, it's been chilly, and you're right. They support the athletics down here as good as anywhere, and just didn't go their way tonight.
Now, they started off well, second possession of the ball game. They got the connection, Martin to Evans for, 14 yards. Hill's kick was good, 7-0 Clopton-Elsberry, but the IndianHawks, after shutting out Montgomery in the first quarter, the second quarter was really the big killer as Montgomery County came alive.
Literally outscored 42-7, which ended up our final score. Big night receiving wise for Lou, as he had 102 yards receiving. Zernuski and Doozer, they kind of split the passing up. Zernuski actually threw for 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
In the game, where Doozer just won. But big offensive night for Montgomery County, 456 yards total offense, 234 on the ground, 132 through the air, and 90 in return yardage for Clopton, just 37 yards on the ground. We talked about them not being able to run the football, and that was giving Montgomery County an opportunity to pin their ears back against the pass. They had 119 yards through the air, 97 yards in return yardage, the 253, and again, the only turnover of the game was, actually one each, right? A fumble by Montgomery County right at the goal line, and then an interception there in the fourth quarter by Clopton. 2 penalties for 20 yards for the IndianHawks and 10 penalties for 98 yards for Montgomery County.
42 unanswered points for the Wildcats after that 7-0 first quarter for Clopton-Elsberry. We'll take a break, come back with some scores from around the area, and set up next week as we continue the postgame show here in Week 6 from Clopton High School on KJFM.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. We've got something for everybody's budget. Everything from $1,000 all the way up to $35,000. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. If you're looking for a particular vehicle and you don't see it on the lot or the website, let me know, and I'll do my best to find it for you. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Hi, I'm Keith Oakes, Director of Physical Therapy.
I'm Eric Schaefer. I work in physiotherapy.
And I choose Pike County Memorial Hospital.
And I choose Pike County Memorial Hospital.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose to work at Pike County Memorial Hospital. Choose a hospital where you're more than just a patient. You're our friend, family member, and neighbor. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Pike County Mutual offers home auto discounts simply by placing your auto insurance through one of several auto companies that Pike County Farmers Mutual represent, and your home with Pike County Mutual. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, Buddy Bibb, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Come home, insure with Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green. You'll be glad you did.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Mike's Tire and Service Center, and all parts.
Final in this one, 42-7. Montgomery County improves to 4-2. Clopton-Elsberry falls to 2-3. Some other scores from around the area. Of course, Bowling Green defeats North Callaway at North Callaway High School 30-23. It was Palmyra over Clark County 15-14. Woo, that's a close one.
Yeah.
West Rand defeats Scotland County 26-12. It was Knox County over Salisbury 40-12 in that one. Trying to find some other scores. Monroe City defeats Brookfield 18-6. Have any others?
Was that a final? I've got 26-12.
Okay, sorry.
Timberland over Troy 21-15. Hannibal over Kirksville. That's not a final yet. 41-7. Macon beats South Shelby 50-0. Centralia over Cuba 50-12. Mark Twain defeats Wright City 36-16.
That's a big win for the Mark Twain Tigers.
South Callaway 62, Van Far 12.
That is a final.
I think that's about it. North Shelby wins the 8-man game 56-6 over Keatsville.
Final on this one, 42-7. Next week we'll be at Bowling Green as the Bobcats take on the Louisiana Bulldogs for the Mayor's Cup. We don't have a final in that Louisiana game yet.
35-28, 2:57 to go in the game. MMA on top.
So it's going to take some late game heroics from the Bulldogs to pull out their second win of the season.
And
so
the Cardinals are finished. They lose 4-0.
So that season comes to an end for Mike Schilt's crew. Here had a chance last night. They had them right where they wanted, on the ropes, and let little taters, Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado, get them back in the ball game, and then it was all Tatis from there.
Well, no, was it Hunt? No, what was the other guy hit 2 home runs as well.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name. Not Machado, the left fielder. I'm having a
the one that put him up with his first home run.
Yeah, he hit 2.
The bullpen decisions in Game 2 were a little head-scratching from Schilt and Maddox for sure. Final on this one, 42-7. Again, Bowling Green, Louisiana for the Mayor's Cup a week from tonight, 6:30 countdown to kickoff, and things will get going for real in that battle for the trophy at 7 o'clock from Bowling Green High School. We'll have a couple nights of softball in there as well. Just check for all the scores on the scoreboard page at kjfmradio.com. And, of course, you can find all that information on our KJFM Radio app. You can get that for Android or Apple iOS. And then, of course, you can listen to KJFM anytime on your Alexa-enabled device. 42-7, our final. Montgomery County over Clopton-Elsberry. For Jim Ross, Mark Froning saying we'll see you next week with more sports action right here on Eagle 102. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to the Eagle 102 Game of the Week. Tune in next week for another exciting battle on the gridiron. The Eagle 102 Game of the Week, Friday, from your only on-air sports leader, KJFM, Eagle 102.
From the